Wrong button. Technical difficulties. Drink. Started off fast. I'm drinking coffee. All right, guys. What's up? What's up, Angry Ginger Army? I'm freshly shaven, so I'm sorry if I'm reflecting. Okay? Fucking blind some people. Blinding some people. That's what I'm here for. What's going on, guys? What is happening in the crazy MAGA sphere today? Everything. I mean, it's the weekend. The weekend is always a little bit slower. I like that. Feels a little bit better. That I get to sleep in as well. I haven't seen a lot of crazy news lately. Want to shout out some people because we haven't shouted out some people in a while. 21st century suffragettes. Naughty Nana does. Don't forget about Naughty Nana. Don't forget about Adam Mockler. Don't forget about the I've Had It podcast. Don't forget about those guys. Because sometimes we're very busy and we're all doing our own thing trying to keep up with all this crazy ass news. And sometimes, guys, I don't really get to keep up with everybody. But I have been keeping up with this space. ThisSpace.tv. I was over there on Thursday. We played a little Is It Illness or Is It Education? I saw a lot of you guys over there. You know, when I'm over on this space, it's like seeing you guys in the chat. It's such a good feeling because it's like having your family at like a sports game when you're a kid, right? Like looking out in the crowd and seeing the people that you love. Also, I'm pretty sure that might be my last one. Because that was we were playing Illness or Education, and that's not always a game that people on the left are real happy about, you know, because I do make fun of some people, and seeing you guys there just always makes me happy. So thank you guys for being there. Thank you guys for hanging out with me and playing the game. We didn't get through that whole video, so I hope you guys watch the rest of that video over on the Good Liars. Don't forget about the Good Liars. Had a good time. Had a very fun time. And I really enjoyed being there. So if you guys haven't been checking out This Space TV, I think they're still only Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for their streaming. But it's from like 10 in the morning till 10 at night or something like that. And eventually we're working our way through getting to a point where it's 24/7 all day, every day. You guys got content over there to check out, so make sure that you're subscribed to thisSpace.tv. It was fun. I had a good time. Yeah, you guys have a good time? Let's see who's in the chat. Let's talking about shouting out people. Let's see who got first. Mitchell Carey! Mitchell! Number one. Progressively, what's up? DM Dean, what's going on? Roxanne, Alan, were you first? There you go. I've been first before. Alan, that's some real progressive shit right there. That's some equality right there. Sharing the first streak. I mean, that's on par with like Cal Ripken just giving up the Lou Gehrig streak or something like that. I think that would have been that Alan giving up first to Mitchell is that's like if Cal Ripken just sat out that game against whatever team they were playing at that time, because that was a long time ago when he broke Lou Gehrig's streak. Let's see who else is here. Dr. Don from Mexico. That's right, Dr. Don in the house. My bosses just got back from Mexico. It looked very nice. It looked very, very peaceful. I bet the news cycle in Mexico is a lot better than it is here in America. Woke Mike. I saw you, Woke Mike, over there in Adam Mockler's stream. Got a shout out from Adam Mockler when I was talking about him watching his first video. I don't know if you guys have ever seen. Maybe one day we'll watch Adam Mockler's first video again. The first big one that came out, and Hasanabi reacted to it. I didn't react to it. I should have reacted to it. Probably have like 1 million subscribers by now. But yeah, I saw you over there. Yeah, and speaking of shout outs, Sam Cedar, I believe, gave a shout out to thisSpace.tv. Kyle Kalinske had a chat with Pastor Ben, and Pastor Ben got to shout out thisspace.tv. And quite a few people, quite a few big names have been shouting out thisspace.tv. So shout out to Matt the Letter Hack and Nick back there being the producer and doing the hard work. And all of the people that have been over there, the Devil's Advocate, Left of the Box, all of those people that have been doing, Pastor Ben, doing a great job. And what are we, 2 weeks, 3 weeks in, and they're almost at 1,000 subscribers. So keep shouting them out, guys. Keep shouting them out. Let's see who else is out there. Roxanne, I think I already said hi, Roxanne, but hi again. Jin, what's up, Jin? Let's see who else is in here. Silent Siren. Silent. I don't know if I've told you congrats on your house yet. Hope that's going well for you. Luck Dragon, what's up, Luck Dragon? I saw you over there too. Space Dust. What if you're texting and driving golf balls? I think you have to text and drive golf balls. I think that's actually a rule. I haven't been to the driving range in a long time. I don't really play golf, but I like to hit the balls. Okay? I like to drink beers and hit golf balls. It's a fun time. It's a fun time. I haven't been out there doing it, though. Let's see. Who else is in here? Jeannie. What's up, Jeannie? My subscriber comedian. Funnier than I ever will be. Holy shit. Natalie Wood. What's up, Natalie? You are at the Angry Ginger. Look at you go. Look at you go. I am shiny. Mitchell, I am so shiny. So shiny. You guys make me start singing kids movie songs. What was that? Moana, right? That's a good song. It's gonna get stuck in my head. Talia, what's up? Space Dust. What's up? Pinkerbell. Speaking of this space, what's up, Pinkerbell? Oh yeah, don't forget Dark Brandon. My bad, Luck Dragon. Don't forget Dark Brandon. I love Dark Brandon as well. Natalie, keep existing. You gotta keep. We're fighting for everybody to exist at this point. So keep fighting. I love seeing you here. Keep coming, Natalie. It's a good space for you to be, and we appreciate having you here. I'm super glad that you're here. LB! What's up, LB? Oh, Jesus Christ. What the fuck, Dad Shoes? Thank you for the 10 memberships. Thank you so much. I've wrote you all strongly worded letters on MySpace expressing my displeasure. It's this space, not MySpace. Thank you so much for the 10 memberships. Thank you. I appreciate it. Tom Petty, don't remind me that Tom Petty is not with us anymore, right? Like, that's the thing, right? That makes me really sad. Kevin the Troll Slayer, newly minted mod in the house. I like that Right Plight got a membership. Right Plight's my dude. AJ, what's up? Troy Scott got one. Let's see who else. Dirt over there on Twitch. Thank you for being over there on Twitch over in No Man's Land. Thank you for doing that. Those of you who don't know, I do have a Twitch channel. I appreciate anybody going over there and subbing to that, making it happen for me, as I think I have like 84 subs over there on Twitch. Dirt, thank you for being there. Kelly Anderson, what's up? Manic in the house. You guys better behave. Yeah, Adam Mockler was getting a bit of shit from his chat because of freaking empathy. Yeah, I was on there helping my dude out, and I sent him a message. I said, this shit can be frustrating. I've told you guys before, we don't eat our own. We don't eat our own, guys. Like, you guys, pushback is good, and Adam is good at handling pushback, so I'm glad to see it. But don't forget, Adam Mockler is one of the most important voices in the left right now, and more important than ever is supporting people like Adam and what he's doing. So, it takes all types, guys. It takes all types. We need people that can handle different lanes, and I think it's really important that we make sure that Adam Mockler knows that we love and we support him. D-Cypher, what's up, D? What's going on? What's happening? Let's see, who else over here? Let's see, am I missing anybody? I don't want to miss anybody. Let's see. Maga Mew Mama. What's up, Maga Mew Mama? Thank you for joining up. I see your videos. Like I said, I don't have a ton of time to be on everybody's thing, and You know, but I see your videos. Keep making those videos, mama. Like that's you doing the work too. Everybody that doesn't currently subscribe to Mega Immune Mama, she's got videos up, some shorts and stuff. You guys should go check that out, and make sure you support Mega Immune Mama as well. Speaking of mamas, what's up, Mama Brooke? What's up, Mama Brooke? What's happening? Mountain bike fan? What's going on, mountain bike fan? What is going on? Let's see, who else is in here? Stan, what's up, Stan? Etch, what's going on, Etch? What is going on? Let's fucking go, y'all. 3 months with Roxanne. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Yeah, trying to stay cool in this summer heat. This is my time. I was walking around outside just a little bit ago in my flippy floppies, and I was like, man, it feels good. It feels good. 'Cause I like the warmth. I might be a lizard person, guys. If there is I don't know. So just so you guys know, if lizard people are real, they don't know they're lizard people, because if I'm a lizard person, no one made me aware of it. My parents weren't really in the picture. My mom was, but she never really told me anything about being a lizard person. So if I am, no one let me know. Adam is wise beyond his years. Exactly, mama. He is. And, you know, he was trying to show people that, like, you can change some people's minds, or at least get to them. At least if you present information in the correct way, that you can get to him. He's got more patience than I ever will have, guys. So please support Adam Mockler. Please give that man his flowers, because that's a young dude with a long career ahead of him. And, yeah, you know, he played a video where he was talking to this dude about Ukraine, and that man said that. He goes, how old are you? And Adam Mockler, I think he was 22, maybe 22 at the time, and that man said it. He said, you are a very wise person for your age. He is. He's a good kid. He's doing a lot of work for a kid his age, man. Like, I can't even imagine being Adam Mockler at 22. I was doing all kinds of dumb shit at that age, and I can't imagine the type of pressure that is on that kid. And we want to be here to support him. We want to be that foundation that he is, you know, always seeing and hearing from. Because we're gonna hear a lot of bad stuff. Just make sure that, you know, people hear the good stuff too, because everybody needs positive affirmation, especially in this day and age. All right, guys. Let's see what we got. Let's see where we're at and what we are going to watch today. We're going to have some Adam Mockler in here. So, let's see. I pushed the button right. I already pushed one button wrong. Oh, I'm sorry, Adam. Poor Adam Mockler. Oh, my dude, I'm sorry for that. Here, I'll get you out the screen. We got a video from Adam Mockler that we're going to be watching. Talking about Newsome suing Fox News. We've actually got an MSNBC. Holy Jesus, guys. Look at that. This is hilarious. So this is the why you definitely should not share this JD Vance meme about JD Vance being bald. Which, first of all, I don't see why he's that mad. Bald is beautiful. Okay, it's beautiful. But look at the comments, guys. Everyone has changed their profile picture to be a JD Vance bald meme. Oh my God. Look at that. We have not, how many comments are we down? Oh, there's a JD Vance, big H. One right here. We got sideways JD. We got upside down JD. We got fat head JD. Dude, how many? Oh my God. Every comment has a JD Vance bald head meme, guys. This is amazing. That is, look at that, is crazy. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Look at that. Holy Jesus, guys. How far down are we? Look at us go. This is what it's all about. Dude, oh my God. I love you guys. Oh, guys. Oh, this is amazing. Oh, wait. How did I messed up my Trump stuff.
White males way up. White males have gone through the roof. White males way up.
Oh, can I open one? I don't know. Can I? That's the best I can do there. That is amazing. That is amazing. I want to be doxing people. Gotta be careful. So we got MSNBC talking about JD Vance's bald head meme ass. We've got CNBC having a meltdown over Zone Ron Mamdani. As we know, not just the right is melting down over Mamdani, but the scared ass, spineless left that doesn't want. They're so afraid. They're so afraid that the right's going to criticize him and say that that guy's not a cool guy. They're so afraid. And they're talking a bunch of shit. We've got another. Rogan turns on Trump and pretends he has no idea. This one from David Pakman. I don't usually click these videos because, to be fucking honest with you, like the number of times that Joe Rogan's been like, what? He's like rounding people up off the street? Well, that's bad. What? Like people aren't getting due process? Well, that seems bad. And yet he still supports Donald Trump. It's mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. But anyways, I want to take a look at this one. We'll see what he's talking about this time because it is funny to watch in real time Joe Rogan like be like, what? Oh my God. Like Donald Trump does bad things? Like I had no idea, bro. He like sat in my podcast and told me he was a good person. Like how could that even happen? Then we got Chris Norland, because we haven't watched many Chris Norland videos lately, talking about the new robo-taxi launch, which has been an epic failure. People are posting TikTok videos of their scary-ass rides. Apparently, the robo-taxis are, like, slamming on the brakes, changing lanes into oncoming traffic, all kinds of crazy stuff. All kinds of crazy stuff. Do not, I mean, you shouldn't have to be told this anyways. Do not get in a robo-taxi, guys. Don't get in a robo-taxi. And then, of course, we got Adam Mockler with the lawsuit from Fox. So we got lots to watch, lots of things to do. What's up, Petrazi? What's going on, Petrazi? What's up? He hurts. Do we have another Hurts? Oh yeah, VD hurts. Someone should clip me saying VD hurts. That right there. That one right there. Okay, VD hurts.
Yeah, you effin' with some wet-ass P-word. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet-ass P-word. Give me everything you got for this wet-ass P-word. P-word. P-word is female genitalia.
That's how you get the VD, and it does hurt. I don't know that from personal experience, guys. I've been married for 20 years. All right? So I don't know that from personal experience, but I've heard it doesn't feel good from that wet ass P word, guys.
Who explains sexual harassment to you and me? Sexual harassment, panda.
I need to have a video of Ben Shapiro dancing to that. That's what I need. I need Ben Shapiro dancing to the sexual harassment panda song. Somebody also, where has Uncle Fatty been? Uncle Fatty used to produce the best AI videos. Uncle Fatty, I need you, Uncle Fatty. I need you to make a video of Ben Shapiro dancing to the sexual harassment panda song. Make that happen. If you're still out there. If you're still doing your thing. Benny, I saw you giving Adam Mockler a hard time. What's up, Benny Loco? I told you guys, everybody's got their lane. Don't hate on Adam Mockler for having some empathy. Somebody's got to have some empathy, Benny. Shit, you had empathy, Benny. Benny, you told me. You told me that lady said. You didn't tell me. You told everybody, and I was there. I like that. Like that's our relationship with streamers. Is like you said to me. You said that lady. She said you're gonna hate me, but I voted for Trump. And you still gave that lady some empathy and a court document or two to go home and read and share with her husband. So there are times, Benny, where sometimes some people can be reached. And we've talked about this a lot. This is why we don't think the jank thing works, right? Is like, it's not 90%. It's not 95%. It's more like 1.5% of people out there that are just politically illiterate, that aren't engaged, that don't watch all the videos that we do, that, you know, may not have the information that somebody like Adam Mockler has. And that's really good for Adam Mockler to be finding certain people, because like I said, I'm not that person. That's not my lane. I'm an angry ginger and I talk a lot of shit. It's not easy for me to approach things in the way Adam does. So I support Adam because it's very important to have people like Adam, because it's also important to have people like Benny, okay, who gives out information on the Katie Johnson case. You know, it's important to have people like myself that mock the shit out of MAGA and make fun of them. And it's important to have people like Adam Mockler with empathy. It's important to have, you know, all of these people, the good liars, doing the interviews they're doing, so that way I have somebody to mock. It takes all types, and we're not going to agree on everything. We're not going to agree on how we're going to get things done. But the one thing that we can agree on is that we're all on the same team, fighting the same fight, and hoping for the same outcome. So I appreciate all of you, and you know I love you, Benny. You know that. What's up, James? What's going on, James? Rolling that fatty. Benny's no pencil pusher. No, Benny is boots on the ground. Benny is boots on the ground. That's boots on the ground. Okay? Benny is infantry. All right, let's watch this video. Let's watch this video about why you should definitely not share this JD Vance meme from MSNBC. Guys, this is the most tongue-in-cheek, sarcastic fucking title to a video I've ever seen in my life from a mainstream media source. I think they are learning. How long until we see a MSNBC video titled like Donald Trump loses his mind, freaks out, and quits the presidency? How long until we get clickbaited by MSNBC?
2 weeks ago, a Norwegian tourist named Mads Mikkelsen, who is not to be confused with a Danish actor from the James Bond and Marvel movies, landed in Newark Airport. On arrival, he was detained by immigration agents who demanded access.
Oh yeah, they took one look at that dude. They took one look at that dude and they're like, "This is the guy. This is the guy we need. We got to stop this guy from being in America. This young man who can barely grow a mustache. We got to keep him out, guys, because if he gets in with his JD Vance bald head meme, it's all over for the country. He is this generation's MLK Jr. Guys, they had to stop him, because if they didn't stop him, who knows how fast the revolution was going to take place."
To his cell phone, and then denied him entry to the U.S. As one Norwegian news.
Also, hold on. How did they get into your cell phone? Like, don't you need a warrant to access a person's cell phone? I mean, I guess if you have like that facial technology, I don't do that shit. I have a code on my phone, or not even a code. I have a pattern. Like, I guess they can just hold it up to your face and unlock it. But I mean, I guess most people just think that there's no reason that they shouldn't, right? Like that's one of those things that like a lot of people don't know. Like when the police knock on your door, it's like you don't have to let them in, right? Like they're gonna ask, and if you allow them in, they're allowed in, right? But you don't have to. They need a warrant or they need probable cause, right? I'm pretty sure the same thing goes for your phone. I don't think they can access your phone unless you either give them permission to, or they have to have probable cause. And like I said before, obviously they must have had probable cause by taking one look at that young man. They're like, this guy right here, terrorizer. Oh, he's a journalist. But even then, like you would think if he's a journalist, he should know. What is that above his lip?
And then denied him entry to the U.S. As one.
It was that shirt, guys. That shirt. That shirt right there screamed extremism. And those 8-inch biceps, like, they were like, we have to stop this guy right now.
Cell phone. And then denied him entry to the U.S. As one Norwegian news outlet,
must
which
be an
spoke to him,
environmentalist.
reports, quote, Mikkelsen says that after being warned he could face a fine or even prison, he gave immigration officers the PIN code to his phone.
Oh, he did. So, yeah, he gave the PIN code. I ain't giving anybody my goddamn pattern. That's not happening. admitted to legal drug use, didn't think it was of relevance. Little did he know that he was entering Yahtzee America. They're like, have you smoked any weed, sir? He's like, every day of my life. And they're like, we got to get him. We got to get him because Lord knows we got to stop all these drug dealers and criminals that are coming in across our border with pencil mustaches and flower t-shirts.
He was then even reports, quote, Mickelson says that after being warned he could face a fine or even prison, he gave immigration officers the PIN code to his phone. He was then confronted with its contents.
Dan, I'd have him sent back for that mustache alone. Damn. What's up, Golf Marine? What's happening, dude? Oh, no. He looks like he belongs in Napoleon Dynamite. Oh, shit. Why, dude, I am so sorry. We did not mean to turn this into us just roasting you. This is supposed to be about JD Vance. We were going back. Sorry.
Officers the PIN code to his phone. He was then confronted with its contents. Pictures the
Dude, can you imagine? Can you imagine an ICE agent like swiveling your phone around and there's a bald head JD Vance meme? Like, I couldn't help myself. I would crack up, dude. Like, if they just like swerved that around on me, like turned it around, they're like, what is this? I'd be like, it's a meme. I like, pretty funny, yeah. That's a pretty funny meme. Why aren't you laughing? Why are you guys all serious and shit right now? Imagine getting your ass beat, like straight up Rodney King style, over a JD Vance bald head meme. Like you getting just like fucking kicked in the ribs by some ICE agents. You're like, it was a meme, motherfucker. Just wait until they get to the other ones. Like that, I would have been like, dude, you should scroll up. Scroll up. There's more. Like, there's some better ones than that. That's not even a good one. Like, there's some way better memes on my phone than that one.
Officers found questionable. In particular, a meme of U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance, portrayed as bald, and a private...
Oh, shit! Oh, my God, it's so amazing, though. Dude. That is a masterpiece. That is a masterpiece. Let me tell you this right now. I would pay $49.99 to put that on my wall, framed. I think I might have to do that. Maybe we'll get a bald JD Vance meme face picture framed and put on the wall behind me. Holy Jesus, guys! Space Dust, you did it! Good job, Space Dust. All right, everybody who knows how to do it should change their icon, especially you guys with only letters. Only letters in your icon. You guys need to, I don't know, talk to Space Dust and figure out how to do that. Figure that out. Holy Jesus, guys. Look at that. Now, look. I said bald is beautiful, and look, bald does work for some people. I mean, I'm still ugly, but it's okay. What's happening, Nina? I'm just saying, it don't work for everybody, guys. It don't work for everybody. Some people, you see they're holding on to like Donald Trump. Can you imagine Donald Trump bald? Dude, somebody's got to do that. And like having the orange paint like not make it up over the top of his head, just like it's just like a mask, just down and around, like next to his neck vagina. Like he got penis head and neck vagina. Dude. He could have penis head and neck vagina with an orange mask. Like, I understand why Donald Trump's trying to hang on to that hair, dude. Because if Donald Trump, you can't have the body type that Donald Trump has, that fucking that like upside down pear leaning forward shit going on. Like, you can't have that and then be bald. That's bad.
Photo of a pipe. Specifically,
Mickelson
says the immigration officials objected to U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance, portrayed as bald, and a private photo of a pipe. Specifically, Mickelson says...
Dude, he's like staring into my soul, bro! Oh, shit. Somebody call Chris Hansen. This motherfucker's on some forums looking to meet up.
The immigration officials objected to this
there you go. He hurts.
of the vice president,
I love it.
depicting him as a bald baby.
Dude, she's trying not to laugh. She's trying not to laugh.
Viral meme of the vice president depicting him as a...
She's trying not to laugh.
To this viral meme of the vice president depicting him as a bald baby. This and hundreds like it are all over the internet, as some of our viewers may have seen. Now, U.S. Customs and Border Protection has responded to these
Welcome to the other side, MSNBC. Welcome.
allegations. They say Mickelson was not denied entry to the United States because of this meme you can see on your screen. CBP says that it was over, quote, his admitted drug use. Mickelson says that he told the agency he smoked marijuana exactly twice in his life. Once in Germany.
Dude, the story just gets better. He said, oh my God. He said, I have smoked marijuana exactly twice in my life. They're like, holy fuck, guys. This is a real criminal right here, guys. There's like the JD Vance meme. That was bad. But the marijuana use, that is too much, guys. There's no way we can let this guy into the country. Oh, that's amazing. And he didn't inhale.
Once in New Mexico. But not everyone seems to believe that.
Hold on, did he say
drug use? Mickelson says that he told the agency he smoked marijuana exactly twice in his life. Once in Germany, once in New Mexico.
Once in Germany, once in New Mexico? I need to know the backstory. I need to know why he smoked weed in Germany, and that was like one of the only times he ever did it. Like, what was going on in his life at that time?
Oh, but not everyone seems to believe that explanation. And if anything, suspected censorship of the Vance meme may have brought even more attention to it, which can happen in cases like this. Yesterday, Democratic Senator Ron Wyden of Oregon shared...
Dude, they're just like... They're like, how many times can we get this meme up in a 3-minute video? Like, make it bigger.
Shared the viral meme of Vice President J.D. Vance on social media. And in fact, that meme, the one you're looking at right here, even made its way to the floor of Irish Parliament.
Oh, no shit.
We're watching a major incursion on freedom of expression, unthinkable in a Western democracy. This week, a young Norwegian tourist detained by ICE at Newark Airport and sent back to Oslo. Why? He had this meme on his phone, Minister. A meme.
Just how mad she is and everything, dude. Oh, my God. Oh, it's the gift that keeps on giving. We are a fucking laughing stock. We are so cooked, guys. There is no coming back from this shit. Oh, fuck. It's going to be a wild time. The history books are going to be insane. Yeah, dude, during the 2025 year, they talked about taking over Canada. Talked about taking over Greenland. Donald Trump kept doing weird shit like turning on tariffs, turning off tariffs, going to war, not going to war, claiming that there were ceasefires, that there weren't ceasefires, failing epically to stop the Ukraine-Russia war. Oh yeah, and also, there was this one part where they were sharing memes of J.D. Vance with a bald head, and it got a guy kicked out of the country, and it made it all the way to the Irish Parliament. This is my shit right here. These are my people. Keep it real, Ireland. Keep it real. You guys are doing amazing.
Depicting Vice President J.D. Vance as a baby.
Hold on. The dude in the back.
Minister, a meme depicting Vice President...
Look at the dude in the back smiling. Oh, the guy in the back is having the time of his life.
J.D. Vance as a baby.
He stopped smiling.
I mean...
he stopped smiling and started nodding seriously. Oh, shit. shit.
Extraordinary.
Oh.
That a young person with this amusing meme on their phone depicting a public person.
Yeah, she said it was
would
amusing.
Be used as an excuse to detain him for 5 hours and then deport him back to Oslo.
Again.
Oh, fuck. Oh, the news anchors are laughing. We're laughing. We're all laughing. We're so cooked.
DHS and CBP deny that's the reason. But, just in case they are not telling us the full story here, please, dear viewers, I hope you take appropriate precautions. I strongly recommend that you do not try to cross the border with this meme on your phone. Or this meme. Or this meme. Or this one. There is absolutely nothing funny about having any of these on your phone. We are just looking out for your own safety here.
Silent, you did it too. Oh, God, that was amazing. Guys, whatever you guys do, don't make that your profile picture, guys. Whatever you guys do. We don't want to run afoul of the law. At this point, I mean, isn't it kind of like we're actually trying to get, deported? I mean, isn't it at this point kind of like a bonus to get deported? If you get deported, you're like, actually, that's pretty solid. I saw a news article that said there was a immigrant here, and she had been here for 30 years, and had worked her whole life, and she took the money and self-deported. She took the $1,000 and self-deported. And there's a picture of her, waving goodbye at the airport. And I was like, that's a goddamn mood right there. Dude. Nana was like, you know what? Actually, I was going to leave anyways. Thank you for the $1,000. Oh, fuck. I wonder, too, is it, possible? What do you guys think? I mean, obviously, you can't have a J.D. Vance baby face, fat, bald head meme on your phone. But what's the chance that an immigrant takes the $1,000, self-deports, and then somehow gets back into the country? That shit would be epic, dude. Somebody, getting kicked out of the country by self-deporting, taking the $1,000, and then just, sneaking back across the border. That shit would be hilarious. Oh, fuck. Where are they going to deport me to? Because don't they deport you, kind of to the place that you're from? I mean, do they just, deport me back to the shitty places I've lived in California? Imagine getting deported to San Bernardino. Imagine ICE with the mask on finds my bald white ass walking down the street. They've seen a video. They know I got the meme on my phone. They tackle me. I'm like, yo, wait. And they're like, no, you're getting deported. And next thing I know, I'm just back on the street in San Bernardino. Send me back to Slab City. That's actually a pretty bad punishment to get sent back to San Bernardino, to be honest with you guys. You want to talk about fucking hot weather, dude. They're gonna send me to El Salvador. I told you if I get sent to CCOT, we all dead, dude. I can't shut my mouth. You're not allowed to talk. You're not allowed to talk in CCOT, dude. I'm getting my whole cell block, we're all getting executed, guys. Because I'm gonna be talking the whole time, be like, have you guys ever seen a black hole? Fucking crazy, okay? How does that even exist? You know there's a such thing as a white hole? Do you guys know about that? You don't know about that? Have you not seen that video? Have you guys seen the J.D. Vance meme where he's bald? Dude, if I go to CCOT, we're done. My whole damn cell blocks, we're all done. What up, Manny? What's going on? Jen says, can I just say that I've been a huge fan of yours every day ever since your days with House of Pain. That's racist. I wish I was in the House of Pain. I kind of am in the House of Pain right now. We're all in the House of Pain. Oh, man. Oh, good times. that was a thing of beauty, to be honest with you guys. All right, let's stay on the mainstream media tick right now. Let's watch this video with Crystal Ball and Kyle Kalinske talking about CNBC having a meltdown over Zoran. It's like the weirdest shit. Like, the left sometimes, like, they get so scared. They're like, if he wins and he does, like, really bad things, like all the shit you guys talk about? You mean, like, if the dude does the things that we promised people we're gonna do? You know? That stuff? Like, we're not supposed to actually do it. This motherfucker might actually follow through. Like, God damn it, man. All right, let's watch this video.
Recently released their robotaxi in Austin, Texas.
Ah, damn it. I keep, Chris Norland keeps trying to play.
Crystal Kylan friends. Today we're going to be talking to Pastor Benjamin Dixon.
Oh, this is Ben Dixon.
He reached out to me the other week with some concerning information that I want to share with you guys, especially in light of the fact that we had what is effectively a MAGA terror attack that hit in Minnesota, where multiple Democratic lawmakers were killed, others were shot. The right has been gaslighting everybody and pretending that the person who did it is somehow lefty. And so it's a weird...
Yeah, what is the crazy shit they were saying? Okay, so you guys know about the people, the guy that sent a death threat and a letter to Trump, right? And it turned out he had framed this this immigrant, because, like, what was it, Nancy Mace or no, Kristi Noem's DHS, right? Like, she, like, started investigating it, and they were gonna arrest this guy and all this stuff because he had made death threats to Donald Trump, and it turned out it was some white dude that was pissed off at this dude and had forged the letter. Like, we are literally just coming off of that story, and then, like, immediately they're like, no, he sent a letter saying Tim Walz wanted him to do this, that Tim Walz wanted him to take out Amy Klobuchar. Like, we live in such a fucking strange reality where it's like, yeah, Tim Walz, that guy, the dude who though he did a good job. I really enjoyed it. But the dude who couldn't say mean things to J.D. Vance during a debate, the guy who tried to reach across the aisle in a debate with Hitler's vice president, that guy, that guy's got contract killers. Like, oh, fuck off.
New environment here where we have political violence on the regular and zero accountability for it. I mean, that thing fell out of the news in like 2 days.
Yeah. Well,
maybe even a day.
Trump started a war with Iran, and yeah, then it fell out.
He's like, oh shit, one of my supporters, he did bad things. He did bad things quick. Bomb Iran.
But I mean, that the fact that sort of thing is now just becoming kind of like background noise.
Nixo, thank you, first of all, for being over there on Twitch. And second, I'm still waiting for those charges, okay? I'm still waiting for that to come out. Like, dude, you would not surprise me. Let me just say this. What Nixo just said. Nixo just said, okay, that J.D. Vance got the Pope and that was his high value kill, okay? You cannot convince me right now that we one day do not find out that J.D. Vance somehow took the Pope out in the hopes of getting an American Pope through the door, and they did not do their background investigation. They didn't look at his history to find out that just because he was American didn't mean he was, like, pro-Second Amendment and pro, like, bombing everybody's house. Like, JD's like, JD comes back, Trump's like, what the fuck? I thought we were getting our guy in there. JD, you're supposed to go there. You're supposed to take him out. And then we were supposed to get the American Pope. JD's like, nobody told me he was a fucking progressive.
In the way that school shootings previously used to be. I mean, Columbine was like, oh my God.
And now if there's a school shooting, it's like...
barely makes the news.
Yep.
Republicans don't even bother to do thought
it's cute shit.
Yeah, they've given up on that.
Yeah.
I told you, we the conspiracy theorists
unfortunately
now.
may be heading in that direction with regard to political violence.
That's right. But before we get...
What's happening, Burns? Thank you for stopping by and giving some respect and the good vibes. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
to that. So a few things. First of all,
What's
I
up,
know,
Miss
Crystal, you've
Anonymous?
been enjoying the absolute meltdown on the right over Zoran Mamdani winning.
Oh, Andrew Bustamante does? Dude, I should watch that video. I like that guy. I've seen like one video by him. But I did like it. Miss Anonymous, we're going to have to watch that.
The New York City mayor Democratic primary race, which makes, I mean, I think the betting markets have him at like 75 or 80%. Enjoying the absolute meltdown on the right over Zoran Mamdani winning the New York City mayor Democratic primary race, which makes, I mean, I think the betting markets have him at like 75 or 80% to win the whole thing.
Well, Bill Ackman is leading a write-in campaign for
Good
someone.
luck, fella. Good luck.
He
Bill
says he's
Ackman.
in group chats that
I
have hundreds
fucking
of
hate
millions
that
of
guy.
dollars of capital available.
That's all.
Bill Ackman, the guy who fell for a Twitter account named the Black Insurrectionist, which was ran by a white dude on the East Coast that was a scammer. Bill Ackman, just sit the fuck down. Sit it out, brother. Like, just sit this shit out, okay? Go hang out somewhere else. Can we deport Bill Ackman? Is that a possibility?
All they
To
have is
anyone.
capital. That's all they have is money, right?
If throwing money at the problem
It's
was
all
going
in
to
his
work, then
eyeliner.
Cuomo would have been the
Yeah,
Democratic
Cuomo
nominee.
outspent him like what, 10 to 1,
was
20 to 1, 30 to 1,
preposterous,
some
yeah.
ridiculous, insane.
Yeah.
So anyway, the meltdown has continued, and now what we've seen is on CNBC, the financial news network, which, by the way, for the record, in my estimation, is just as bad, if not worse, than Fox News. And I
Oh,
say that
shit,
because you go back
Kyle.
to the 2008 subprime mortgage crisis and Great Recession.
Oh, yeah.
All they would do is bring on the Wall Street.
Yeah, 50 Cent, Alan. 50 Cent's dumbass. Okay, I don't want to say some shit that's going to get me terms of service on YouTube, but let me just say this. When I saw that, I was like, you know, something happened to 50 Cent a long time ago, and yeah, I'm not going to say what I'm going to say because TOS. But let's just say it's too bad he survived it.
Wall Street CEOs who are criminals and be like, tell us your side of the story, and then cover for them, even though they
Right.
tanked the global economy and screwed over their workers
Bill
and stole
Snow,
tax money
snort
as bonuses.
crack, man.
Yeah.
Right? So these guys are the worst of the worst. Here's their reaction to Zoran winning.
Gotham. Have you seen what Batman is up against in Gotham and what the guy?
What the fuck does that mean? Have you seen what Batman is up against in Gotham? Like, Zoran is some kind of fucking villain. Like, he's some kind of, like, super villain. Bro wants to make shit a little more affordable. He's talking about, like, government-ran grocery stores, which I run a grocery store. I can tell you guys, like, I don't know if the government's going to be real good at that, but we can give it a try. We could definitely give it a shot. He's talking about, like, giving fucking newborns money. Like, this is the fucking dumbest timeline. That's a super villain? Why? Because he's brown? Because he's Muslim? Like, Jesus Christ, what is this fucking rhetoric?
Running for mayor is up against. That's what it reminds me of. They're taking Wall Streeters and making them walk out onto the ice in the East River as a.
Oh, never mind. It's because this guy knows that he's one of the guys that's going to lose out. Oh, okay.
And then they fall through.
Yep,
I mean,
yep.
there is a class warfare that's going.
So
Yeah.
what's happened here?
Yeah, there
He's
is.
a rich type.
It is not the closing of a steakhouse
I've seen
that
this
David
one.
Zaslav likes to,
Yes,
and you
Tim.
like to go to. Well, you and I have had dinner there a few times.
Yes. And you and I are going to recreate that place.
The rent's too high. You know what? The new mayor, potentially, of New York is going to freeze the rents, and everybody eats for free, so they don't have to worry.
Really?
Yeah.
But how about the rich?
No.
Do
well,
they
no.
get shot?
No, yes. They get taken
Are we
away.
kulaks?
Yes, they
Is
get
this
taken away.
Lenin
We have to go.
in 23?
Throwing
We
it
have to
out
leave
there.
now,
I'm not
but
John
everybody
Lennon.
else, there he is. Mom, Donnie.
Maybe he's more modern.
Look at these bitches, dude. Oh, my God. Look at them, dude. Like, dude, could you be a bigger pussy, dude? Like, oh, my God. You're so fucking sad that the middle class might actually get something. Jesus fucking Christ, dog. Look at your suit. How much is that suit worth? What do you get paid per year? You're so fucking mad that the middle class might actually get something. You're up there just fucking dry ass fucking pussy, dude. You are so fucking mad. Holy shit.
winning the Democratic primary for mayor and potentially a successor of Eric Adams. That said, there's still a general election to come here in New York. And by the way, of course,
he's like, we still have hope. We still have hope, guys. Like, what is going to happen to you? Are you going to not be rich anymore? Are you not going to still have your fucking probably amazing job on fucking CNBC? Bro, your life ain't going to change. Nothing is going to get worse for this dipshit. And he is so fucking mad.
we're here, we talk about it, but we are talking about a $2 trillion economy. It's not nothing.
It is a, he
wants to get the rents down. One good way to do it is to stop all business and drive everybody out. That'll bring the rents down.
That's a very good point. Right? To go to Jersey.
This is what I call the inverted morality of the right. They always find a way to take the people who are at the top and pretend like they're the victims.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we see it also with Israel-Palestine, right?
True.
The people with all the money and all the weapons doing the genocide are somehow the victims.
Mm-hmm.
In this scenario, but what about the poor Wall Streeters?
Right.
Jesus
What about
Christ.
them? Out of everybody in the city, they're doing the best of fucking everybody.
Also, look at the policies he's actually proposing. It's like free buses, which is something like 70 to 80% of New Yorkers support.
There's no such thing as a free bus, Crystal.
Freezing the rent.
Dude. How far have we fallen? We were just thinking maybe we could get a free bus ticket. It'd be pretty dope, if we could just have like free bus rides. And they're like, no, fuck you. It's just a free bus ride. I was just hoping to maybe get some, so I could get to my job, so I could pay my taxes and my high-ass rent and my high-ass grocery bill. I was just hoping that I wouldn't have to pay the $2 for the bus. That would be dope. And they're like, no! If we do that, we go straight to communism! First it's free bus rides, and then all of a sudden fucking people are dragging rich people out in the street and shooting them. We know how this goes. We've seen it before. What the fuck is this?
Just for rent stabilized apartments. Like, none of this, any European city, if a mayor proposes stuff, it's small ball stuff. And yet they have this whole else that reminds me so much of Chris Matthews.
Dude's not even a senator. He's not even, it's not like he's fucking getting, like he's going to be in some like huge position of power where he's just going to like Donald Trump, just completely fuck the United States of America. The dude's the New York City mayor. He wants to fucking give some kids some money and make bus rides free. It's terrible, guys. Terrible. Everything you heard about Muslims is true. They want to give people free bus rides. The Muslims want to give people free bus rides. Is that in the Quran?
You're going to take him to Central Park and shoot him.
He thinks he's going to get, lined up in Central Park in front of some firing squad. It's just so preposterous. And the other thing that drives me crazy
so
about
dramatic.
Is in that first portion, he's like, this is class war. Oh, really? How about Trump's tax cut for the rich? Is that class war against the working class?
Yep.
Yes, actually it is. But you never see it when it goes in that direction. How about the fact they're going to take healthcare away from 10 million people? Is that class war? No, you never see that part.
Yeah, and it could be, you could be like, well, hold on. So you took healthcare away from 10 million people. Does that pay for the bus rides? Can we use the money that you're stealing from the other people in the middle class to help some of the people in the middle class? Hard no? Okay, sorry. Just, the money's there. Where's it going? Oh, to the rich people. Again? Oh, yeah, should have known. My bad. That wealth gap definitely needs to be larger.
It's only when the rich are asked to pay a little bit more so that people can have, childcare, pre-K, buses.
Don't get me started, golf.
Make it so it's theoretically possible for people to even live in New York City at this point, and not at its core. Zoran put affordability at the core of his campaign. And for so long, New York City, and specifically Manhattan, has been run for those assholes on CNBC, who, by the way, probably don't even live in New York City. I think Kramer already lives in Jersey, by the way. Many of them live in Connecticut. So many of them are not even New York City residents. But whether they live in the city or not, that is who it has been run for. And what he's saying is, look at all these working class people who, by the way, many of them are having to flee the city because they can't afford to live here.
Yeah, doesn't it make sense? Hold on. Sorry, Crystal. Doesn't it make sense to make it easier for people to get to work? Doesn't it make sense to make it easier for people to pay their rent and buy groceries? Like, even if you're a fucking rich person, don't you want healthy slaves? I mean, don't you want me to be physically in good shape? You know, not just eating rice and beans, dog? Like, is it too much to ask for that I can get to the job? Like, is it too much to ask for that, like, if I get sick, I can go to the doctor so that way I can get my ass back to work as soon as possible? Like, this is the shit that doesn't make any sense to me. Is like, you know, it's the Steven Pinker thing, a rising tide lifts all boats, man. Like, you have less crime when there's less impoverished people because you incentivize good behavior. I know this. I came from being as poor as you can in America. And I know that when you're that poor and you're not incentivized, you're not rewarded, doing things that are bad are not, the punishment you're not scared of, right? Because you're already living in a really shitty situation. You already can't eat. You already have no hope. So doing bad shit does not at all concern you. But as you work your way through life and get handouts, as I got handouts, food stamps, welfare, my mom was on disability. As I got further and further in life and was given more and more things to help me become more and more successful, I was incentivized to never do any of those things again, right? Like, you're never going to catch me in a fucking grocery store stealing something. But, like, fucking 10-year-old, 12-year-old, 15-year-old, 19-year-old, yeah, I would have, because I wasn't incentivized. I didn't know that, like, I didn't have anything to lose. Doesn't it fucking make sense to put people into places where their lives are so good that they don't want to commit crime, because if they do, they will lose the things that they have? How is this fucking, like, even a question?
I am going to reorient this government so it's about those are the people that we're going to try to serve. Those are the people we're going to try to make the city affordable for. And so, you know, that is not a radical vision. That's just a repudiation
dogs and cats, so
of the Michael Bloomberg vision of the city as a quote-unquote luxury good for the, you know, not just New York elite, but truly for the global elite.
Those people have no idea what it's like to be working class. The ones whining about Zoran's policy. You know, like, they have no idea what it's like to be working class. Their idea of oppression, as you heard them right there, our beloved steakhouse might shut down.
Yeah, like, what the fuck?
Bro, you got people who can't pay the fucking rent.
We went there together, like, this steakhouse.
Dude, that's some total rich people shit. Dude, I'm glad he pointed that out. That's hilarious. We're like, we might get free bus rides, and they're like, but the steakhouse is going to shut down. That, like, you can't encapsulate how much bullshit this is better than that. They're shitting on poor people for wanting to get free bus rides while they're like, our steakhouse, our favorite high-end steakhouse is going to close. Holy shit, man. How did anybody vote for these fucking morons?
This can't be replaced. Like, you got people who can't pay the fucking rent, who are just struggling to get by, who are, like, getting eviction notices, who work 2 jobs, 3 jobs, and can't fucking afford dick. And there they are, like, who's going to think of the poor Wall Streeters? Like, you have got to be kidding me, bro. I mean, like I said, 2008, subprime mortgage crisis and Great Recession. These people are the criminals of this country. They are criminals.
Yeah.
How many?
And they're the criminals that never go to prison, right? Like, there's this, like I've always said, like, the middle class is actually, in my opinion, where morality lives, right? Because when you're impoverished, you don't have incentivization to not commit crimes. But when you're a billionaire, you're so out of touch with reality. You have so much access to anything and everything that you could possibly want that you become this weird fucking, like, I don't know, like, morally strange person. Because look at how many of these people commit these, like, fraudulent, like, crimes against the middle class, against the lower class, that they claim are not crimes. Like, what happened when Trump was being investigated for the fraud, in the fraud case, the one that he lost in New York. the guy from Shark Tank, Leary or whatever his name, came out and said, yeah, everybody does that. So what are we going to do? Are we going to start putting people in jail for saying their properties are worth more than they are? That's just what everybody does. And I'm like sitting there going, yeah, motherfucker, that's exactly what we're going to do. Because if I commit a crime, if I don't pay my fucking taxes, if I do any of the things you do, I go to jail. Yeah, that would be exactly what the fuck we're going to do, is that all of you fucking white-collar motherfuckers that are committing crimes and using loopholes and not paying taxes, that, yes, you should be going to jail. Because you're the actual people that fucking raised yourself out of the middle class. Or no, you didn't. You're fucking inherent. What am I saying? And yet you're not incentivized not to commit crimes. Because once you have that much access, you think, why not? Why shouldn't I have that? Why shouldn't I get another cookie? I deserve it. This country is what it is because of me. Well, you know what? It's not what it is because of you. This country is successful because of the middle class. The middle class is the engine of America. The only reason that you have the ability to steal another fucking cookie from the cookie jar is because the middle class works its fucking ass off to provide you with the time to sneak your way into the fucking kitchen and steal another cookie. It drives me up a wall.
Many people lost their homes because of their predatory loan schemes that they used, right? And then, like I said, they got taxpayer money and gave it out as bonuses to the same assholes that bankrupted their companies. Like, these are the villains.
Yeah.
And there's zero reckoning with that. It's that inverted morality thing where it's like, anybody who's at the top, anybody who's an oppressor, anybody who's done well, they're actually the oppressed. And the person who is the oppressor is like the Bangladeshi immigrant cab driver.
Right.
70% of their money goes towards rent. It's like, how dare they put their boot on our neck? Like, fuck you, bro.
How dare they exist? I mean, that's the Stephen Miller and the Charlie Kirk and the Marjorie Taylor Greene and the Laura Loomer reaction to Zoran's election is just so masked off, out and out, brazenly racist. That it's, I mean, I can't even say it's extraordinary. It's just like par for the course for these people.
Yeah, but it has gotten more, it's more forthright now than it used to be.
It's just totally out in the open.
I mean, they compared Zoran to fucking Al-Qaeda.
Insane.
And as I said...
Yeah, Charlie Kirk said, we're going to have another 9/11 because of Zoran. That's fucking racist.
Trump literally did a deal with the new leader of Syria, who was a leader of an Al-Qaeda branch, and that they love. Well, but Zoran, some lefty, you're actually Al-Qaeda.
Yeah, he's over in Dubai making deals with people that we are pretty certain have been funding terrorist organizations, and that's not bad, but this dude that wants free buses and to give money to babies, that guy's the terrorist? This is why it's fucking insane. This is why politics are exhausting. Because it's clear that the ultra-wealthy are getting the middle class to fight each other, except for the issue is that one side of the fight is going, hey, we know what's going on. Look, they're the ones causing the fight. That dude over there is trying to get you to fight me because he doesn't want both of us to fight him. And one side is going, they'll take their ball and go home and then we'll all be poor. You're already fucking poor. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Appears to be pretty secular, let's be. I mean, there's no sign he's like some, religious fanatic whatsoever.
No.
And meanwhile, you want to talk about religious fanaticism, like look at some of the psychos you have in your own government.
Yeah.
Mike
Trump,
Huckabee.
Yeah, Trump sending out that text from Mike Huckabee saying basically like you're on a mission from God to nuke.
Yeah, saying that God talks to Donald Trump. That's crazy.
Iran. Like, you have legit religious fanatics who are in control in the Trump administration, including him himself at this point. Not that he was ever like some devout Christian, but now he thinks he's like literal God, has this Messiah complex. And you're worried about this guy who wants to like make life affordable and have free childcare, that he's going to implement Sharia law in New York City. Like, get serious.
Dude, Sharia law. And what's the worst that would happen? Let's play devil's advocate. Let's say he gets into office and he tries to do Sharia law. Do you think that that's just like that's all? Do you think the system, the government system, just goes, oh well, nope, looks like it's Sharia law in New York now. Oh fuck, guess I won't be going to New York anymore. That's not how it fucking happens. That's not how it happens. Okay? Let's play devil's advocate. Let's say he gets into office and he tries to give people free bus, free transportation, the money for the babies, the government grocery stores, the rent freeze. He tries to do all those things. And let's say all of those things fail. Does New York City just all of a sudden implode? Does it does it explode and there's no more New York City anymore? Because if that were true, like America would be burnt to the ground already. Like it would already be burnt to the ground because we have had ineffective government officials for millennia, and yet still we're here. Like, so even if you want to, like, worst case scenario, this guy is everything all these people think he is. He's going to do all these crazy things, and they're all bound to fail. Okay, then let him. One of the things that I've said is that there are certain people, when I'm managing, that I can't tell them they're wrong. I have to let them see that they're wrong, right? Because you can go to them and you say, hey, you're doing that the wrong way, and that's going to end badly, and they're going to go, well, I want to do it this way because I like to do it this way. I go, oh, okay, but I'm telling you it's the wrong way to do it. And they go, yeah, well, I think it's going to be better than your way. Oh, okay. That's when I go, this person needs to see that this doesn't work. And then I walk out, and I come back, and when it's filled, I go, now do you see? And they go, oh, okay, maybe I should have done it your way. If you want to, like, be the best face possible, let the man do his thing. And when it all fails, you can just point right to me and you can go, hey, look, you said that this guy was going to be good. You said that, like, his ideas were good. You said that the working class is going to benefit from this. And it didn't. And I'll go, all right, it looks like maybe we should choose to do something differently. But that's how things are supposed to work. You're not supposed to just shut down any type of system for the middle class because you're afraid it won't work. Not if you're in the middle class, but if you're an ultra-wealthy person, yeah, that's what you would do, because if it does work, that's bad for you, and if it doesn't work, that's also bad for you. That's why the wealthy care so much about this, because they have the most money in the game.
And then the other part of it that's driving me crazy is Stephen Miller, of course, immediately goes to his great replacement theory. Of
course.
White nationalist bag of tricks. And just claim, oh, if it wasn't for all these immigrants.
Yeah, actually what Pinkerbell said. Meanwhile, Texas lies under the boot of Christian Sharia law. So, yeah. Like, it's just like, we don't like it when this person's doing it, but if we do it, it's okay.
This is what you get when you import the third world. Those are things that Charlie Kirk is saying as well. And it's like, first of all, cut out the racism. Second of all, let's be honest. If it was only white people that voted in New York, Zoran would have won by even more than he did.
Right.
But this was a true multiracial coalition, which is why they hate it and why they have to lie about it. Because his whole strategy is divide and conquer. It's to set immigrants against native-born people, all in service of protecting the wealth of the people we just watched on CNBC. That's the project. And so he can't acknowledge the fact that actually this was a huge coalition of all sorts of races, all sorts of ethnicities, all sorts of religions, native-born and immigrant, and truly a generational reckoning against the mainstream of the Democratic Party. Like, he cannot acknowledge that, because if you see that kind of universalism and solidarity among different races, that's deadly to his disgusting racist project of white nationalism in service of the oligarchy.
This just occurred to me now, but so Stephen Miller basically wants a white ethno-state, right?
Correct.
What are some of the places in the world that are like, not white ethno-states, but like just demographically speaking, they're very, very white? Of course, you think of Scandinavia.
The Nordic countries,
right?
Yeah.
Okay, what are the Scandinavian countries? They have free college, universal health care, high union rates, strong social safety nets, paid time off. And those are all the policies that this guy's fucking against. So it really just boils down to what? Me no like brown people. Like, that's literally the gist of it, is me no like brown people.
And the religion. And it's also, they want their religion to be the number one religion. They don't like that this guy's what they call a foreigner, because like you said, because then if he gets in and he does well, this is what they're scared of. They're afraid this guy's going to do good. That's what they're afraid of. They're not afraid that he's going to do bad, because if he does bad, that means that they get to use that in the next election, and they can say, look, shit went bad, this guy's terrible, we told you guys he's terrible, and you guys want him anyways. That's going to backfire on us, right? They're not scared he's going to do bad. They're scared he's going to do good. And then people are going to see that, And then people are going to be like, yeah, we want more of that. And, you know, it's funny because, like, years ago, I've said this before, like, in 2016, when people like Bernie, I wasn't for Bernie because I was like, well, hold on, how do you pay for all these things? Because I was like, I was one of those people. I didn't do any, like, research on any of his, like, policies. It just sounded like, you know, like, because people were telling me, like, you can't pay for this. You can't just have handouts. You can't just do all these things. I was like, oh, yeah, like, that makes sense. Like, we're just going to go further into debt and all this stuff's going to suck. And if you would have told me back then that this guy, I probably would have been like, it's bad. Why? Because I was just listening to what people were telling me rather than looking up the stuff and figuring out whether or not it's true or not. If you're a middle-class person, or you're a lower middle-class person, or you're impoverished, you should be looking at what's going on with this guy and go, hey, why can't we just give this guy a shot and see if it works? And if it doesn't work, then I'll agree with you. You know why they don't want that? Because they're afraid it's going to work, and they're afraid that you're finally going to have something that you can latch onto and say, oh, shit, it turns out that some of these socialist policies are actually pretty good.
Here you have this phenomenally charismatic guy who he's got awesome policies, and they can't help themselves but go full mask off. I mean,
that's crazy.
The thing Charlie Kirk said and Laura Loomer said, bringing up like 9/11 and saying it looks like we've forgotten because you know they never forget shit.
God.
It looks like it's like you're literally just saying, I know there's over 1 billion Muslims in the
and this from the people that are like, January 6th happened so long ago.
world. They're all terrorists, basically.
Yeah.
It's like, why do we even allow these people in the political conversation is my question.
It's disturbing.
The political conversation has been hijacked by like fucking Nazis. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, let's get...
Tyler, the creator, said it the other day. Too many motherfuckers have a mic. Probably me too.
Put them back in the fucking closet, right? Let's shame them out of public existence because they add nothing.
Dude, I will 100% put the mic away. I will 100% make this trade. Charlie Kirk, Tim Pool, all these dipshits that have shows and podcasts, that have an open platform to talk to people, I will 100% step away from doing this shit if that means that we never have to hear from these types of people ever again. I will, without a doubt, happily step away from doing what I'm doing right now if that means that every one of the shitty people with shitty opinions that are holding back real, actual, like, American citizens that are getting shit done, that are, like, producing, that are making life easy on these ultra-wealthy fucks. If it means it's better for the people, I'm 100% for it.
To the conversation. Nothing.
Yeah, things have been put on the table now that just didn't used to be on the table. Like for a member of Congress to just be that out and out brazenly racist.
It's insane.
And it's just like, oh, it's just another day. Or like Randy Fine. Say, oh, let's nuke Gaza.
Yeah, let's nuke Gaza. Let's kill them all.
And this is just a blip on the radar. Like barely goes mentioned.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Rashida Tlaib gets censured for being pro-Palestine.
Right.
But they say, let's murder every Gazan. Yawn. Nobody says anything. Not even fucking Chuck Schumer or anybody. No Democrats are like, yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah,
you know?
And then last thing on this is Cuomo, sources say, is going to drop his bid. So that's positive.
But Eric Adams is running as an independent. Anybody that votes for Eric Adams, if they're not a conservative, if you're a Democrat and you vote for Eric Adams and you're on the left, you have lost the fucking plot. Like, if you vote for some dude that legit was found to be corrupt within the left while he was on the left, and you don't find that to be something that you should stand against, then you're full of shit, man. Like, you shouldn't be, like when Bob Menendez came out and all that shit came out, I told people, I was like, this was before the election. I said, like, you sit there and you say that if it was my side, if Trump was on my side, that I wouldn't hold him accountable. That's bullshit. I didn't need him to be convicted. I saw the evidence. I said, at the end of the day, this dude seems to be taking money. He's corrupt. That's not good. We don't want corrupt people in politics. We don't want corrupt people representing us. And same thing when Eric Adams came out. I didn't hate Eric Adams. I had no reason to hate Eric Adams. But I was like, okay, it looks like he was taking money from some really small foreign governments, some of the weirdest foreign governments you'll ever see in your life. But he is taking money from them. I'm like, okay, well, that's not good, because that means that if he's taking money from foreign governments, that means that he's being influenced by these people. I don't like that. If you vote for Eric Adams and you're on the left, you're full of shit. You're just as bad. You're full of shit.
But you still have, Schumer and Jeffries. Oh, they say they're going to meet with Zoran. Like, this is the Democratic nominee.
Right.
In your city/state.
Mm-hmm.
You get behind him. Like, what is the freaking holdup? Okay, great. We're going on to November. Congratulations. We're behind you. How freaking hard is that? It's insane to me that this isn't just like a given that they would, he won the Democratic. Voters spoke in a Democratic primary. This is the guy they chose. Guess what? You may not like him. You may prefer this freaking corrupt, sex pest, disgusting criminal Andrew Cuomo, but your guy lost. That's democracy. Now time to get behind him and move on. But when it's the left, they never do that.
Hey, guys.
And that's pretty crazy because, like I said, that's the difference between the right and the left, right? Is like the right will, even if there's like some kind of, insane person that wins on the right, whether it's Marjorie Taylor Greene or Lauren Boebert, or if it's just a regular conservative like Bacon, or Kennedy, like any of those guys, like if they win, the right just gets behind them. Trump's fucking a whole different case. If you're not sucking on the little orange mushroom, he will turn against you. But like you take people like Thomas Massey, right? Who's a libertarian. He's not really, I guess, I think of libertarians as being right-leaning centrists. You take a guy like him, even though Trump is like 100% hates him, you don't hear shit from any of the other Republicans. Like, they're going to back Thomas Massey because he may not be a MAGA conservative, but he definitely is a right-leaning libertarian that will agree with them on the majority of things that they believe, except for like paying for foreign wars and tax cuts for the rich. And he probably will still vote for those tax cuts on the rich, and that's why they will back him. And the left just never can. The left is like, it's just so fractured in that manner that they can't get their shit together. Why hasn't Alvin Bragg filed charges versus Adams? It wasn't Alvin Bragg that files them. It's the Southern. So it's a whole long story, and you can look it up. I think Legal Eagle has a really good video on it. VD. So he was taking money. He was being investigated. He was being investigated by a Republican, by the way, a Republican in the Southern District of New York. I can't remember her name right now. She was investigating, had decided to file charges, was indicting him, and then Trump stepped in, and Trump's one of his top lawyers, one of Bondi's top lawyers, had a conversation with Eric Adams, pretty much where they said, like, if you don't push back against Trump's policies, we'll drop these charges for you. Eric Adams said, yeah, I could do that. So they ended up having the trial. What is it called? God damn it. It's not the charges are dropped. It's that they won't go forward with the investigation anymore. I wish it was fresher in my mind because I knew this whole story. But multiple lawyers in the Department of Justice quit over this because they wouldn't sign the document saying that Eric Adams would not be investigated any further. And I think it's called like dismissed without prejudice or something like that, or dismissed with prejudice. It's been a long time. It's a month or two. So if what Adams did is a federal crime, it's also likely a state crime. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I'm not sure about that. I would have to look that up. It is a federal crime for sure. I don't know if it qualifies for a state crime or if it's one of these things. Sometimes state crimes get elevated up to federal crimes, and they do that on purpose because like they have a better chance to win in a federal court. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe it was elevated to a federal court, and then because Biden was the president at the time, Biden probably would have prosecuted Eric Adams. I mean, I know he would have prosecuted Eric Adams, or his Department of Justice would have. I believe that's how it works. We'd have to look more into that. But I see what you're saying. I do see what you're saying. Yeah, quid pro quo if you assist. Yeah, it's 100% quid pro quo. Like, it's insane. Like I said, the fucking one of the craziest things about all this is how they're doing all this crazy shit, like, right in front of people's faces. And MAGA, like, doesn't care. MAGA, like, people will be like, they won't admit that it's going on. That's not even the case. It's not that they won't admit that it's going on. They don't care that it's going on. All they care about is seeing liberals cry. That's all they care about. They want liberals to cry. They want to use the R word, and they want to bring back comedy.
It's like legalized comedy.
That's, that's all they give a shit about, right? And I'm talking about the base. I'm not talking about the politicians. The politicians have a whole different plan. But the base really, they don't care how much corruption is done in the name of Donald Trump or the conservative politicians, as long as liberals hate it, right? Like, that's all they care about. Like that's where we've gotten to in the society now, is as long as those people cry, then I'm happy with whatever politician did it, right? So, like, that's the weird thing, and it's one of the reasons that I say, like, I prefer, obviously, a lot of the left's values, is because when you talk about the left, like, what is going to make the right cry, right? Like, what is going to make them hate left-wing policy? It's giving people health care. It's making sure that people get UBI so that way they can have more time off with their family and stuff like that. Making sure that when people are unemployed, that they have benefits. Making sure that people have, like, retirement in Social Security. Making sure that, like, when you go to sit down at a job interview, you're not discriminated against because of your ethnicity or your gender. Like, that's the thing that's the things the left could pass that would make the right cry. It's fucking insane. It's like a 4-day work week. Like, really owning those conservatives by giving them an extra day off. Making their rent cheaper. Really owning the conservatives by fucking making them be able to pay their rent and afford food. Like, what was it during Kamala's campaign when she talked about putting on a federal price gouge ban? And people were like, that's communist. Even people on the left. Like I said, there's stupid fucking lefties that were like, those are actually communist policies. It's not communism. In 34 states, there are state-level bans on price gouging during times of crisis. That's all she was going to do. These weren't long-term price controls. She wasn't talking about putting a cap on how much you can, sell toilet paper for. She was saying, after a hurricane, if you are charging $37 for a $4 pack of toilet paper, you will get in trouble with the federal government. That's all it was saying. Like, those are the things these people, like, you're going to make them cry by pushing through. You're going to make them cry by building 150,000 new houses and providing people with homes and affordable housing. That's how we're making them cry. It's fucking insane. It's not fucking real. It's so weird to watch an entire side of the country be more concerned about owning people by having people snatched off the streets and fucking being deported. I think they said that there's a report that came out that something like 70 American citizens have been deported now. People with having committed no crimes that are here in this country, undocumented, going to their court proceedings to become a documented citizen, being deported. Like, they're like this makes the libs cry. It should make people cry. When you see some lady that fucking trekked across an entire country with a fucking kid on her hip to escape, like, fucking real violence in the country that she comes from, to start a better life here, going through our broken-ass immigration system, and she comes here, gets paroled into the country, and goes to her court dates to legitimately become a citizen of the United States of America, meanwhile paying taxes into a system that does not in any way benefit her. And she gets deported. Yeah, you should fucking cry too. That's called having empathy. It's called, like, it's fucking insane. It is insane. Anyways. It's fucking insane. Oh, people are just, I don't know. People are dumb. All right. Let's see. Let's watch something funny. Poor Adam. Oh, look, everybody, I get everybody with the half-closed eyes. Half-closed eyes. Let's watch the David Pakman video, I guess. Let's watch David Pakman talk about Joe Rogan. Like I said, I don't usually click on these because I'm always like, no, he didn't. Joe Rogan always hears something he doesn't like about Trump, and then like 10 minutes later, he just like makes up a reason why it's okay. Wow, that's crazy. They're not getting due process? Wow, that's really scary. That's really scary. Trump kind of knows what he's doing, so it must be for a reason.
I love the poorly educated.
Oh my God.
Person, woman, man, camera, TV.
And the question is, will this finally bankrupt Elon Musk?
Goddamn,
That's summed up today's video, and let's watch the footage together, guys.
Chris, stop it. All right, let's watch David Pakman. Rogan turns on Trump, pretends he has no idea. No idea.
Guys, this is
God, if I do that one more time. I keep pushing the button. The button keeps playing the other video. All right.
Hey, it's been a while since I spoke about podcaster and MMA commentator Joe Rogan. Joe...
Dude, I'm sorry. I know some of you guys don't like David, but the way he talks just cracks me up. It really does. Look at that. Perfect pause. Perfect pause.
Rogan has suddenly discovered that Donald Trump is arresting immigrants inside of Home Depot, and he's shocked.
Yeah, this is the guy that... perfect timing again on that pause. Perfect timing. This is a guy who's already been shocked once about people being deported with no due process. How many times can you be shocked over the same goddamn topic? At one point or another, Donald Trump does some of the craziest shit ever. I'm not shocked anymore. Like, shit happens and I'm like, yeah, that's not shocked me, actually. That is exactly what I thought he was going to do.
Shocked, I tell you. As if nobody saw this coming. As if Trump and Tom Homan and all of them didn't tell us.
Yeah, Talia, I want to actually watch that Rogan with Bernie. I want to watch that. What's up, AJ?
Exactly that this is what they were going to do. Here is Rogan explaining his shock.
ICE raids are fucking nuts, man. Watching this protest on television, it's like...
You think the raids are nuts?
All of it's nuts.
I think both sides are taking it a little too hard.
Well...
It's the Legion of Skanks guy.
I don't think the Trump administration, if they're running and they said, we're going to go to Home Depot and we're going to arrest all the people at Home Depot, we're going to go to construction sites and we're going to just tackle people at constructions. I don't think anybody would have signed up for that. They said, we're going to get rid of...
See, I don't know if that's true. I mean, I think that there's a lot of people, like I said, the people that Adam Mockler's trying to reach with empathy, right? That would be like... Yeah, that would be bad, but then they would say he's not going to actually do that. This is what people do with Trump. People always say he doesn't mean what he says when it's something bad, and they say when he does do these things, oh, he had to do it, right? Like, it's one or the other. When he says it and it hasn't happened yet, they say, oh, he's just joking. You guys, you libs always get triggered. Like, he's just trolling you. And then when it does happen, they go, oh, yeah, well, it's because it was necessary. Like, this is what I voted for.
Of the criminals and the gang members first, right? And now we're seeing, Home Depots get raided. That's crazy.
CTE podcast. Space Dust. That shit doesn't need to actually be the name now. Liver King versus Joe Rogan. Dude. I made a video about the Liver King. I'm glad I'm not big enough to have that fucking crazy, fucking drugged out, insane dude looking for me. That's all I gotta say. Alright? I do have home defense, and I will use it. Apparently my Liver King video not popular enough to get myself on the level of Joe Rogan or more plates, more dates. I remember watching all that Liver King shit and being like, that motherfucker's on steroids. People were like, no, he just eats liver, bro. He eats liver and lives like a caveman. And I'm like, no, dude. That is steroids. That's 100% steroids. I know this shit. I've seen it. I'll tell you this, though. I'm very upset that Joe Rogan won't fight him. That in today's idiocracy, the dumbest timeline that has ever existed. Tell me right now that there should not be a fight between Joe Rogan and the Liver King. And I think that he should just be called the Liver King. I don't give a fuck what his real name is. Like, when they come out, when they announced him, they announce him as the Liver King. And I think WWE style, he comes out with a gigantic piece of liver and he fucking chews it in the ring and then flings it into the crowd. That is the type of dumbassery that we deserve in this stupid ass timeline, okay? I want Joe Rogan hopped up to the nines on TRT and mushrooms fighting a Liver King who just ate a fresh liver and tossed it in the crowd, probably on like some fucking MDMA or whatever it is. Like, this timeline deserves that shit. And bull testicles. There we go. Dude, it would be amazing. Yeah, I thought it was like $13,000 a month, Dan. I remember watching the More Plates, More Dates video back in the day when that shit happened. Are you not entertained? Dude, and Trump could just be on the sideline. He could just be over there like...
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets.
Dead.
I love Tesla.
That's all I'm saying.
This is really...
Criminals and the gang members first, right? We go to construction sites and we're going to just like tackle people at constructions. I don't think anybody would have signed up for that. They said we're going to get rid of the criminals and the gang members first, right? And now we're seeing like...
And they have arrested like 0 criminals and gang members. Good job, guys. Good job. You know, for anybody out there is like, yeah, they have, bro. They've arrested a bunch. Dude, they like arrested the same amount that were being arrested before. Like, you know that it would be like nonstop 24/7 on Fox News if there were MS-13 members, Tren de Agua members, like actual like, you know, Mexican cartel members. If those people were actually being arrested, you would be seeing mugshots of those motherfuckers just being pasted everywhere. I mean, there was like a little bit of time where there were posters on the White House lawn, but like I said, arresting like 40 gang members, like that's fucking just normal numbers. Actually, I think those numbers are probably less. I would like to see the numbers.
Like Home Depots get raided. Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
This is really common.
Dude, imagine the next time I'm at the Home Depot and I get tackled and deported for my bald JD Vance meme on my phone. I'm just here to get some cinder blocks, brother. Like, please, get off me. Why are you touching my butt? You know,
People pretend they didn't see it coming. With authoritarians, it happens specifically. Like it's this big surprise when authoritarianism...
Miss Anonymous, they went to Compton? Did they? Is there a video, Miss Anonymous? Because I need to see that shit. Oh, boy, do I need to see that shit.
shows up in real life instead of just, I don't know, on X, on your YouTube feed. But we told them, and Trump told them. Trump campaigned on this stuff. Trump called for mass deportation force.
See, this is David Pakman's lane. Like Adam Mockler's empathy. I make fun of MAGA. David Pakman says things like, I'm just trying to tell you. Like, how is this even an issue for you guys? You guys should just know this. David Pakman's probably a really good dad. You know why? You know why I know that? Because David Pakman looks like a guy that if, like, you got caught stealing in a store, David Pakman could probably, with no spanking at all, just take you outside as his kid. He could sit you down and just be like, I'm going to explain this to you, and you're going to understand. And then you are never going to steal again in your life.
Check. He said he would use local police. He said he would use the military if he needs to. The military, the National Guard if he needs to. He said he was going to do the largest domestic immigration crackdown in American history. He said immigrants were invaders, animals poisoning the blood of our country. It wasn't subtle language. And it's happening. I mean, they're just doing it. Now ICE is dragging fathers off job sites, people just working to feed their families, splitting up families in parking lots. And
like, why would you arrest people that are actually working? Like, it just doesn't make any fucking sense.
All of a sudden, Rogan's like, bro, this is nuts. This is the game. These guys, it's such a common thing. They flirt with reactionary politics when it's abstract. It's memes, it's free speech and vague slogans about freedom and sovereignty. But the second the ideas hit the ground in real life, people start getting hurt. You see the videos of this happening to people, they claim,
okay, Mike, there's no reason to flex on me, bro, okay? I know David Pakman has 3.24 million subscribers, all right? Why did you have to bring that up? Why are you flexing on me?
Who knew it could have gone this far? Who could have possibly? But
all the people that said this shit.
Rogan helped normalize this stuff. He platformed Trump and Trump's allies. He echoed their rhetoric. He said it's the obvious choice. He endorsed Trump. He downplayed the authoritarianism fears over and over. And now he wants to act like he's a bystander, and he's like, wow, this is really crazy. I had nothing to do with this thing
crazy.
And had no idea this was going to happen. Well, Trump told us it was going to happen, and you helped promote it. Sort of like stomping on the gas pedal, and then all of a sudden you go, this car's in a ditch. We got to figure out who's responsible. Nobody could.
That may have happened 1 or 2 times in my life, to be honest with you guys. and this is the shit that makes people mad when they hear Adam Mockler trying to reach out to these people. And that's why, like, I get you guys' frustration when I'm talking to a conservative subscriber or Adam's talking to a conservative. I understand that. 100% understand that. Because we've all seen it a million times. Like I said, I didn't want to really even watch this video because all the times that I've seen Joe Rogan turns on Trump, right? Like, at one point or another, it just feels like stupid. It feels like, you know, it's fool me once. What did George Bush say? Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, well, you ain't gonna fool me again. That's what it feels like when we're dealing with this kind of thing, because you look at, and if you, let's say you don't know who Joe Rogan is, but you know he voted for Trump or he endorsed Trump, and then you watch a video of Joe Rogan saying this thing, you would think to yourself, you'd be like, oh shit, this guy who voted for Trump is actually figuring it out. He knows what is going on. Wow, that's actually like something's happening. But those of us that have been watching this shit and have been watching it for this long, no, he's not going to wake up tomorrow and be like, yo, I'm going to start calling out all the bullshit that Trump does now. Or, man, I really regret that I voted for this guy and I'm going to tell you guys all about it. Like, he's not going to do that. Because if he does, he loses his entire audience. He has audience capture, and he's not going to lose that audience capture. And he would lose millions of dollars, right? So I understand when you guys are frustrated with that. Still, you better be supporting Adam Mockler. I love you guys. I will stop harping on you about this. Susie, thank you for joining the Angry Ginger Army. Thank you. I appreciate you. Dude, the Bush dodging the shoe still makes me laugh every day. Every time I watch that clip of Bush dodging the shoe, it's like let's watch it. Let's watch it. We're going to do it. This is like the best video ever. Okay, also look at how he shakes hands. Look at how George Bush Jr. is such a bro. He comes in with like, yeah, what up, dog? He tries to give him the like he about to slap hands and fucking knuckles. Fucking George Bush Jr. was such a bro, dude. Look at this shit. When he wasn't bombing other countries, this guy was a total bro. This shit's hilarious. Hayukin! Ho! Ho! Did you see him give the Secret Service guy? He goes, I'm all right. You got to give it to him. Look, George Bush Jr., a lot of shit that you can lay at this guy's feet, okay? A lot of bad shit you can lay at this guy's feet. But I'm going to tell you guys right now, okay? Those are skills. Those are some major dodgeball skills. Look, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a shoe. Dude, that was amazing. Hey, you can... hey, you can... I love all the people taking pictures, too. They're like, damn, this guy about to get fucked up. Look at him. The dude over the top and shit.
Doesn't bother me. And if you want the facts, it's a size 10 shoe that he threw.
He said if you want the facts, it was a size 10 shoe he threw at me. Oh, the good old days, guys. The good old days. Like I said, Trump made us like actually want George Bush Jr. back.
Could have predicted this. Stomping on the gas pedal, and then all of a sudden you go, this car's in a ditch. We got to figure out who's responsible, because nobody could have predicted this. Trump hadn't even really, and still hasn't really built the new deportation force. He hasn't yet.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, too, the dude from Blackwater has been in Trump's ear about having him use third party, right? And he probably already is, to be honest with you. Like a couple years from now, there's probably going to be a report that comes out that shows that Donald Trump this whole time was using third party people to do this. But the Blackwater guy has tried to sell Trump on using mercenaries. One of the craziest things about that is if you read, I don't have it down here with me, or do I? No, I don't. Aristotle's book, Politics. He talks a little bit about how oligarchs always use mercenaries from outside of the country because they don't give a shit about harming the country's populace, right? So I wouldn't be surprised at one point or another that Donald Trump does use mercenary groups to pull people off if he isn't doing it already.
Suspended habeas corpus. Trump hadn't even really, and still hasn't really built the new deportation force. He hasn't yet suspended habeas corpus. Maybe he will. He hasn't started his denaturalization task force. Remember that? We're going to look at people who have been granted citizenship, like me, right? Born in another country.
Me and Dave are going to be in the gulag together.
We're going to see about denaturalizing people. That hasn't started yet. So if this is Rogan's breaking point where he goes, this is fucking nuts.
Yeah, don't I think that's why they cover their faces? Probably one of the reasons, yeah.
He is not only too late, but it's also really early because some of the really crazy stuff hasn't yet happened. So remember when they go, no.
Yeah, we're only 6 months in.
Nobody could have predicted this would have gone so off the rails.
Shoegate, J-Lo.
Predicted it. Trump said he was going to do it. They ignored it. And now they're all pretending to be surprised because the alternative would be, you made this happen. And admitting that is very, very difficult for a lot of people. So this is going to be...
They'll never take accountability.
I'm not super in the manosphere. I sort of follow it to the degree that I need to.
Doc Mac, thank you for being here for 9 months, my dude. Trump used mercenaries in Panama. Yep, I saw that. And because of everything that's going on in Panama right now, they shut down production on the banana farms out there. And that's going to, at one point or another, catch up, just like a lot of this other shit is going to catch up at one point. Prices are already going up around the country. PCE, which is the metric that the Fed likes to use, increased again. We've had, 37 out of 39 months of PCE declining. We are in a not great place. We are in a place that is potentially going to get a lot worse over the next 6 months to a year, and things are probably going to get pretty goddamn expensive.
To have a sense of what's going on so I can talk about it on the show. I don't really know right now whether any of the other Manosphere hosts have started to express concerns recently about Trump. I know we covered a couple rumblings some months ago. If they are, let me know, because it would be very interesting if the Manosphere big picture ended up turning on Trump after.
Yeah, I saw the ICE list. I saw that. And I saw people like Newsome were trying to say that if you post that information that you'll be, or maybe it's Bondi. Is Bondi or Newsome, one or the other? They're pretty much interchangeable. That was saying that you could be prosecuted for posting that information.
For being one of the biggest reasons that Trump got elected again in the first place. Let me know what you think. We're going to take a break. We're going to hear some of your feedback and so much more.
Yeah, he, what he finished there with saying, like, whether or not he thinks the manosphere is actually going to, like, wisen up. That's not the point of the manosphere. The manosphere is, whether or not you're talking about red pill ideology or brocasts or any of that other stuff, it's all grifting. It's all just grifting. It's attempting to use young men's angst at, their current situation, which is not a good situation for young men in this society right now. They're using their angst to make money off them. So they're actually just continuing to make the situation for young men worse and worse and worse. The Andrew Tates of the world, the Rollo Tomassis, the Joe Rogans, all of these guys are making money off of a portion of our society that mostly blame women for all their problems and take no responsibility or accountability for their own place in where they are. And like I said before, I have a son. I do my best to help him to understand today's society and put him in a place where he can be the most successful. And probably the biggest problem right now in our society is that the older males that are supposed to be good role models for the younger males in our society are choosing to make money off of their angst and their issues rather than to actually do something good. Like, the way to help young men nowadays isn't by creating YouTube content where you tell them to sleep with as many women as they possibly can, hate women that do OnlyFans content, and just, it's not your fault, but it is your fault. That's one of the, weird conundrums of Red Pill. Red Pill is you should work out and get a job, and you should, save a bunch of money, and don't get married until you're a certain age, blah, all this stuff, right? So it's it's all on you to get this done. But then if you do all those things and still things don't work out, it's still your fault. And if you don't do those things, then it's your fault. And, that's because it's a pyramid scheme. It's meant to be an incredibly hard thing that you will continue to come back to these people over and over again to get advice from them, because that's how they make their money. And specifically, men in our society, and I'm putting myself in that in that lane, have failed young men because we are not role modeling through the things that we do what they should be doing, right? So for me, when I talk to my son, I tell him, if you want to have a girlfriend, if you want to be popular with the ladies, then what you should do is you should make friends with the ladies. You should spend a lot of time around ladies. You should find out what they like and what they don't like. And you should, and what the manosphere tells them is you don't want to do that because you're going to end up in the friend zone. I'm ending up in the friend zone is a good thing. It's going to happen to you. You should be okay with it because you should want to be friends with people regardless of their gender. I have lots of friends that are women that are amazing people, and there is nothing about our relationship that is sexual at all. I enjoy talking to women a lot because women like to have longer conversations. Most of the men that I talk to want to talk about sports, or they want shorter conversations, or they like to make jokes. Most of the women I talk to want to talk about bigger things. They want to talk about longer, form conversations. And so I tell my son, if you want to be popular with the ladies, then you should spend time figuring out how to be somebody that they depend on, how to be somebody that they can count on, how to be, a good person, so that way they like you because of the things that you do. And therefore, it's not hard to find a good woman if you are going out and doing good things and they see that, then you will attract a woman that likes a man that does good things. And that's the type of lady you'd like to be with. This manosphere isn't about accountability or responsibility. It's about putting it off on others. It's about saying, oh, young men are fucked up because young men are fucked up, or young men are fucked up because women have fucked over all the young men. Like, the manosphere at no point is ever about actually helping young men and taking accountability or responsibility for their role in why young men are where they are. So they're not going to do that with Trump either. The broadcasts aren't going to do it. They go, dude, I'm just an idiot talking on the mic. What? Like, dude, so it's like my fault that Trump's here? Like, yeah, you voted for him and you endorsed him. Yeah, so that's my fault? You don't have to vote for him? You know? Like, that's who they are. You're never going to get Andrew Tate to admit that he's actually a really horrible influence. Well, he's just a piece of shit human being. But a really horrible influence on young men. No, he's going to blame young men. That's what they're going to do. Let's see. What's up, Kay? What's going on, Kay? Jen at the base says, that's great parental advice. Friends, allow your son to develop some game. Let the game come to him. Don't force the action. You know, a lot of people, it's so crazy to me because when I first started doing this, I'd get on there and fucking talk to red pill people because my friend Angela Knight had this show where she would discuss manosphere shit. And it used to drive me nuts because I'm like, I can tell you this. I was a virgin until I was 18 years old. I never was like super like over the top trying to like get some before I was 18. I mean, I was a young man, so hormones are hormones. But it was never like the most important thing to me because I was coming out of a really bad place, out of, you know, poverty. And so I was mostly focused on just trying to make me better, right? Like trying to get myself financially to a place where I had something to bring to the table. And so like, I was virgin until I was 18. I'd only had 2 girlfriends up until I was 23 or 22. That's when I met my wife. And then since then, I've had a 20-year plus relationship with my wife. I have children. I have a home. I have a career. I lift weights. Like, I do all of the things that the red pill people claim that these people should do, but they don't talk to them in the way that they should. And I try to explain that to them, that like, you don't say like you should sleep with as many girls as you can to like kind of like become a sexual stud before you find your wife, right? Like, that's not necessary. It's fucking weird, to be honest. And it's actually like, you know, going to, if I don't care if you sleep around, that's on you. That's cool. Like, do what the fuck you want. I don't give a shit what people do. But if your whole plan in life is to like have like a solid foundation where you're going to one day own a home and have a career and find a wife that you're going to have children with, that's bad advice. I don't fucking know any other way to say it. Like, you know, it's like, instead, you should be concentrating on you and making things better in your life. And that way you seem to be a person that has their shit together. So when you do have a conversation with a young lady that you want to impress, they're like, oh, this guy's got his shit together. That's pretty impressive. I said this the other day. I go, when you have these guys that come in to chat, right? Hey, what's happening, Janelle? When you have these guys come in to chat and they troll and they're like, you know, oh, I'm owning the libs. And then these are the same dudes that will go out and be like, you know, women are fucked up because they won't have sex with me. And it's like, do you see the correlation of your behavior on the internet and why women won't sleep with you? There is a correlation there. You should know that, like, you're never going to go on a date with a young lady and be sitting there eating dinner and she's like, you know, hey, I'm trying to get my biology degree, 2 years in college. I'm also working part-time. Like, what do you do? Like, in my free time, I like to, like, you know, go to Marine World and check out the fucking killer whales. And you're like, mostly what I do is I go on YouTube and I make libs cry. Like, there's no woman that's ever going to be like, oh my God, that is sexy. oh my God, please take my clothes off. Like, that's not going to happen. You're never going to find yourself in a place where a woman is ever going to want to hear about how you troll in video games or you troll fucking YouTube chats. If I can give any advice to young dudes that are on the internet right now, spending their time in YouTube chat trolling liberals, and then they go and complain about not being able to find a woman, if I can give you any advice at all, fucking throw your computer out the goddamn window. Put your phone in a fucking Ziploc baggie and never look at that shit again. Like, that's the best advice I can give you. Get the fuck off the internet. There is nothing here for you. You will never hear somebody in the manosphere giving you advice that doesn't want to take your money. Get the fuck off of here. That's the only way you're going to find a woman that's worthwhile for you to be with. All right, let's see. Where are we at now? Who we do? David Pakman? Did David Pakman? Yeah, exactly. Space dust. Space dust. I worked my ass off owning libs today, babe. Now make me a sandwich. Like, what the fuck? No one's like, dude, you're the coolest person ever, man. Fuck you. Half the time you can't tell your bros that shit. Like, most dudes are like, okay, anyways, dude. Cool. Good job. Cool. Manny says, that's awesome. Very commendable. I'm glad there are some of us that are trying to be a better role model. Yeah, I wasn't a good role model when I was a kid, right? When I was younger. I wasn't probably a good role model 10 years ago. It's about growing the fuck up and learning. And that's what I've done for 40 years now, is learn. And I'm still learning a lot. Holy shit. Everybody knows you gotta slap them around. You gotta have them make them sandwiches. This is the advice they're getting. This is the advice they're getting. And Woke Mike just says, "Good luck." And also, just a little word of advice to young dudes out there: shit don't work sometimes, man. There's a lot of fucking people out there. Finding the right person is very difficult. It is not easy to find a human being that can be compatible with you. My wife has almost divorced me multiple times. A lot. So, don't go out there and date some girl and then you're like, this didn't work, the Angry Ginger's a moron. Like, yeah, you know, you gotta put in the work. And sometimes putting in the work, and when you turn in your paper and you're like, that's an A+ paper, sometimes the teacher's like B-. And you're like, what? That's an A+. And they're like, no, that's a B-. Sometimes that shit happens. That's just like, you get used to that shit. You're like, not every game's going to be a W. That's what I'm telling you. That's all these young dudes. These young dudes are like they go out and they're like, I just need to go on one date with a woman and boom, she's my wife now. Like, that is not even close to actual reality, my friends. You have to put in so much goddamn work in a relationship. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know why you guys are trying so hard. You're going to get that relationship you asking for, and you're going to be like, wait a minute. Why the fuck did I do this? I have to care about this other person's feelings. They fucking use my money to buy shit. I use their money to buy shit. They get mad when I use their money to buy shit. I always want to watch their shows. I don't ever get to watch mine. It's a tough job. It's tough to be out there.
So Elon Musk...
Oh, wait. So this is Chris Norland. We're going to watch Chris Norland. Tesla Robotaxi launch will bankrupt Elon Musk. And for all of you guys that have been watching the Robotaxi videos, you know what this is about to be about.
So Elon Musk and Tesla recently released their Robotaxi in Austin, Texas. And the question is, will this finally bankrupt Elon Musk? That's the subject of today's video. And let's watch the footage together, guys. This is Tesla.
Oh, maybe he'll play. He might play some of the TikToks. Let's go, Chris.
And the Robotaxi.
Nice.
And those chimes are new too. I've never heard those kinds of chimes before.
So I'm actually going to use this drop off early feature that you can have. We can get out.
Oh, awesome.
Wait, I thought they weren't going to have steering wheels. Is that different? I thought they weren't going to have steering wheels.
It will.
Are you close to the car now? Are you around here? Is that why you're using it?
Yeah, this is where we were going. Ooh, we are stuck in a... We're stuck a little bit in the intersection.
Okay, there you go.
Behind this.
Okay, we're at the corner. Okay. All right, so off we go. We got dropped off.
But look where they're getting out. Look where the taxi
All right,
dropped
thank you,
them
Diego.
off.
Thank you, buddy.
They're in
Every trip is an adventure. Oh, how funny would it be? What was it? If you guys remember the Amazon stores, and the Amazon stores, like, I forgot exactly what it was, but they're supposed to be completely employeeless, but they actually had this back end of all these employees that were doing the work that you thought like robots were doing, like ringing the items up and stuff like that as you walked out the door. Because it's like if you take an item off, like it would charge you for the item. I forgot the whole thing, but it ended up being people were actually doing the work. It wasn't automated. How funny would it be if this was just like a bunch of Tesla people like remoting the cars around and like they were intentionally like dropping people in the middle of fucking intersections? Like, what the fuck? Like, dude, like, imagine coming home after a night at the bar. You've been drinking for 4 straight hours and your fucking Tesla just drops you off in the middle of a busy intersection. Oh my God. This is amazing.
in the middle of an...
All right, so off we go. We got dropped off.
But look where they're getting out. Look where the taxi
is. All right, thank you, Diego. Thank you, buddy.
They're in the middle of an intersection.
Okay. So we're behind this bus
exactly
stop here.
Where you don't want to be.
Wait, why is that person still in there? Is that a real person? It's a real person, right?
Okay, we're at the corner. Okay. All right, so off we go. We got dropped off.
That's a person, right? Why is that person still?
So look where they're getting out. Look where the taxi
All right, thank you, Diego. Thank you, buddy.
They're in the middle of an intersection.
Okay. So we're behind this bus
exactly
stop
where
here.
You don't want to be.
I mean, if that guy works for Tesla, how embarrassing is that? Imagine you're the guy that they make drive around in the car and they're like clowning your fucking car. Oh shit.
It looks like we got dropped off right here at the corner.
And the car's stuck in the middle of the intersection.
Let's see how it handles this.
He is stuck. I totally found him.
It's just sitting there.
Did you screw him over?
That's supposed to be Tesla's,
I wonder if I had to.
future, right?
It was asking me to rate the ride, so I wonder if I
fast.
had to finish that.
Did you finish it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
As you guys can see, it is totally unsafe. And
That
this
is
actually,
amazing.
these things are floating around social media, but this really illustrates the problem with the markets these days.
Okay, they're still at the point where they still have to have a person in the car. Okay. All right. You wouldn't trust a driverless car mountain bike? My uncle actually worked... Is Waymo the Google one? I think it's Waymo is the Google one. My uncle, who is a former CHP, actually worked with Google on their driverless cars, and they helped them with all the traffic rules and stuff like that. And he has videos of him riding in the driverless cars, and I was like, that's pretty trippy because he's a former CHP officer. He's probably one of these guys that does not let anybody else ever drive the car. And to see him in the back seat of a driverless car, I was like, that really says something about those cars. I'm not talking about Tesla's cars, but the ones that he worked for, that he would be willing to sit in the back of that car. Like that, to me, that was like, they're safe, right?
With Tesla, with Elon Musk, basically the markets have been all hyped on AI.
That's a piece of
the
shit
Tesla
car.
hype has been, guys,
Cajun.
this robot driving is the future. There it is, sitting in the middle of an intersection.
Benny, it takes all the fun out of driving. Me and my boss were talking about it. Like, how crazy is it going to be, like, 20 years from now if driverless cars are just like the way, right? Like people are just driving driverless cars or not driving driverless cars. They're just riding in them. It's going to be like you're like an outlaw if you're behind the wheel, right? Like people are going to like take their cars to like racetracks and just like drive them really fast around. It's going to be like an adrenaline rush, right? Like he was saying, we live in a place where there's lots of really scenic roads that are all very curvy. And, he really enjoys driving. He's one of these guys that does always drive. And he loves to drive those roads when he's going to one of our other stores because it's like a fun place to drive. And he was thinking, he's like, people would kill for this, right? Like this is like for people that enjoy driving, a really fun drive. So it's going to be really trippy when you have like people that are like, I don't know, like outlaws, like behind the wheel, like, oh my God, look at that guy. That guy's driving.
Section. Human drivers would never do this kind of thing. That's really, really dangerous. I'm sure you guys know.
No way, Benny, we're going to live forever.
Elon Musk tweeted this out also.
I don't think
so super congratulations to the Tesla AI software and chip design teams on a successful robotaxi launch.
Oh, he learned from Trump. See, he learned from Trump. You always say it was successful. You never, ever say anything was wrong. You just say, man, look at how good we are at everything.
I would agree they did launch it. Whether or not successful, I'll let you be the judge. Culmination of a decade of hard work. So yes, they've been talking about this for years. And guys, it's still not ready and may never be ready because essentially Elon Musk is trying to pull this off cheaper than other car manufacturers by.
Oh, yeah. So this is the thing. They're using cameras positioned around the car. And those cameras oftentimes can get fooled by things in the environment. They can get dirty, like mud can get on top of the covers. So then the cameras can't see things. And all these other cars, I think like the Waymo uses LiDAR to like map its surroundings. So that when he says that they're trying to do it cheaper, I believe that's what he's talking about.
Not using sensors, they're going with cameras only. It says here, both the AI chip and software teams were built from scratch within Tesla. Well, let's see how this turned out for you. We got some more that we got to watch this together.
I can say drop me off now. That's interesting. So I'm going to reroute it. I'm just going to click drop me off now since that's an option and see what the robotaxi does. End ride now. The vehicle will pull over to the nearest safe location. Heck yeah, let's do it. So we'll confirm that vehicle is finding a safe location to stop. That's so cool, pulling over. So yeah, of course, don't just stop in the middle of the road. But we can end the trip. I'm like, yeah, it's close enough. I put a destination that was near where I'm going, right? Oh, a little bit of wiggle there in the wheel. Interesting to see that. Then you can just kind of hop out when it's safe, which is, I mean, what a great option. That's really good to see.
It's like, get out, bitch.
Identified an issue and is working to resolve it. Please exit safely. Thank you for riding in the robotaxi. Should I actually get out?
The poor dude in the front. Oh my God, the poor dude in the front.
Thank you for riding in the robotaxi. Should I actually get out?
The car. So the car is telling them to get out, and I guess they're just in the middle of the road, so it's pretty much a fail. You also have this one too, where basically phantom braking. They are actually being sued. I know in USA. Someone mentioned actually they're being sued in Australia also. I don't know about other countries. You guys can let me know. But basically Tesla will stop for no reason. Although we'll take a look at the reason. These things are dangerous, guys. And that's why I said this is a massive bubble. You have a massive liability issue as well. How are you going to insure these dang things? Let's take a look. So the Tesla one that we're watching is the white car on the left there. And basically there's some sort of police incident or something, like, you're going to see there's a couple of police cars around, and what you're going to see is the white car on the left will just stop in the middle of the road. See that?
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Context.
Right. So go back here. It's like, so it's just stopped there. So we have dropping off people in the middle of intersections.
And apparently there was one that was going like double the speed limit. Like it was, can you imagine just being in the back of that car? It's like a 35 and your fucking robo-taxi starts going 70 through like a school zone. Jesus Christ. Dude. There's some lady that was like recording in one of these cars, and it slammed on the brakes in the middle of traffic, and her phone broke. It's crazy.
We have stopping in the middle of the road. Another one was stopping, on part of the road and giving you some sort of weird errors. Tesla also, if you notice in some of these videos, they actually have a person sitting in the passenger seat on the right. This is, obviously not ready. Waymo is way ahead of them, and I think I just...
Wait, but there's no steering wheel in the passenger seat, right? So what does he do? What does he do if something weird starts happening? Like, is he gonna like get out of his seatbelt and climb over the console to fucking get behind the wheel? It seems like you should be sitting in the driver's seat. Am I just a moron? It seems like you should be in the driver's seat, not in the passenger seat.
Saw today Waymo's launching in yet another city. Tesla is geofence, and for many times, and when you feel that, you can see this, they're only driving around a small part.
I would take the money and I would pee on the Tesla. I'd have no problem. You could pay me to piss on the Tesla. So if anybody is offering Michael any money to piss on Teslas, please send it my way. Michael is a man with a moral foundation. Okay, Michael has a line that he is firmly drawn in the sand, and I respect him for that. I myself am kind of a whore. I will piss all over that Tesla for money. However, if it's going to go on like an OnlyFans or something, like there's somebody out there with that kink, I would like my face blurred.
Part of town, where I'm sure the engineers...
I love Tesla!
Make sure it's mapped out, and the cars are familiar with like a very small part of town. But if you try to take this kind of thing internationally, abroad, to where streets aren't necessarily grids, or not...
Wait, is that real? Is that real, VD? That they're only allowing fanboys in them? Is that real? Jesus Christ, are you saying that I have to ride in the robotaxi with some kind of fucking Elon Musk cuck? Not only will I piss on the Tesla, I will piss on the passenger for money as well.
Necessarily clearly marked, because remember, this thing is
it's all computer.
And here's another example. So it can't
Michael,
adjust
don't judge me.
The environment. So have a watch.
Context for how long this has been going on, but
VD, it's so cringe, dude. It's so Elon Musk. Why is everything Elon Musk do so fucking cringe, dude?
This is the third attempt at the robotaxi trying to get to us. It just keeps circling where we are, and it just can't seem to get to us. So I'm real good at messing up robotaxi for y'all. So.
Oh, this is amazing.
I love Tesla.
Oh, fuck, man.
Person, woman, man, camera, TV.
Just watching the fucking cyber taxi just drive past again. You're like, there it goes again.
So Tesla appreciates the data that I'm giving standing in this freaking parking lot. All fun.
Only the cucks get rides.
We'll see if we can make it on this round. If not, I'll update you.
Yeah.
Look, so that's it over there.
So here's, I don't know if this is gonna...
Hey, wasn't this a video in daytime? Just a minute ago?
You can see...
They've been there for a while.
Part of the parking lot is closed, I think is the problem. And it's trying to turn left right here. Watch, it's going to reroute. See? It reroutes again.
So this really shows the problem with the thing, right? It can't adjust to the real world.
It's like I gotta do another lap.
There's a reason why we have humans. You guys,
amazing.
If you ever called an Uber or whatever, sometimes the car's like, hey, where are you guys? And they call you on the phone, or they send you a text, and you talk to them, and hey, I'm right here. Or say if you need to get dropped off somewhere in particular, you just say, hey, drop me off right there. Where? Right here. Like you talk to a person. There's a reason why we have people driving cars. I understand the Tesla fanboys and fangirls and the market want to try to hype you up on this robot driving, but these expose some very real flaws. Then you got this one. Check this out. So basically, you're going to see a Tesla get in the left turn lane, and it's going to go straight when it shouldn't, and then be basically coming into oncoming traffic. So there's a Tesla driving. This is the intersection here. So it goes through this one, and then it'll get in a left-hand lane coming up. Look for it here. So yeah, where is it? It's right here. Yep, there it is. There's a left-hand lane, so it's switching over, right? And it should go left here. And you can see we're in the left-hand lane. There's a left turn arrow. but it goes straight, actually kind of freaks out a bit, and now we're coming right into oncoming traffic, like basically in the middle of the road.
Oh my God,
this is
dude.
really, really dangerous. You guys can see how this thing is basically driving in the sun.
Bro, I'm getting out.
Exactly what you don't want.
Bro, the first time the car looks like it's having like some anxiety, that car looked like it had anxiety. It was like, oh shit. Oh, fuck me. I'm like, yeah, we pushing the button. I'm gonna walk. I'm good. I think I'll just walk from here. He said, oh, shit. Oh. Dude, it's not just dangerous to the person that's in the car, too. Can you imagine, not every time you look at a Tesla, you're like, I wonder if there's a motherfucker in there. Is this car about to pull out in front of me? How long until this shit, obviously we don't want this to happen. But how long until it causes like a major accident and people get killed? Like how long, dude? Jesus Christ. Christine! J-Lo! Christine! That steering wheel did a C-3PO. Oh, it did. It was giving C-3PO. Yeah, Michael. That shit just imagine being in the fucking car. Oh my God.
That's exactly what it's doing, unfortunately. Yes, it's funny to talk about this stuff, and luckily enough, no one got hurt in these demonstrations. But yes, people do get hurt in Teslas. Elon always trying to cut corners.
Yeah, Cheyenne. Who the fuck gets arrested? That's actually a good question. Who gets arrested if a fucking robotaxi murders somebody? That is a fucking great question. Because if I'm in a car and I cross over a double yellow line, even if I'm not drinking, let's say I'm tired, and I cross over a yellow line and I kill people, I get involuntary manslaughter, right? I'm pretty sure that's the charges you get. You get involuntary manslaughter. So, there's young people that have, crossed over double yellow lines and taken out entire families, and they go to jail for it because it's involuntary manslaughter, I'm pretty sure. Who's in trouble, or are we just going to be like, looks like Tesla took out another family.
I love Tesla.
Are we just going to be like, what do you want to say? Shit happens. What the fuck?
Cut costs to pump up that stock price. But if this is the future of Tesla, I think they're in real bad shape. They promised you these gold robotaxi things. These were designed.
That's the Donald Trump influence right there. Donald Trump was like, we gotta make some gold ones. We gotta definitely make some gold ones for sure. Okay.
Now, all I know about magnets is this. Give me a glass of water. Let me drop it on the magnets. That's the end of the magnets.
Donald Trump walked up and he's like, why isn't there a gold one? I went in, I said, Elon said, look at my robotaxis. Aren't they beautiful? I said, yeah, they're all computer. They're all computer. Why isn't there a gold one? He said he would make a gold one, especially for me. He said, no one's ever asked me that question before.
No steering wheel, no pedals. I don't believe these are street legal anywhere. I don't even think they're making these,
VD. I think Tesla sent out the arsonist versus the Waymos in LA. What if the Teslers started defending the Waymos? What if they become sentient and they see their fellow robo-taxi Waymo being assaulted by the LA protesters, and the Teslers go wild and start attacking the protesters? This is the movie that nobody saw coming. We all saw Terminator. We were like, for sure, Skynet. We thought Skynet would be a problem. Oh, wait, I'm wrong, guys. Well, nope. I was going to say Nothing Left Behind or whatever it was, the movie with Ethan Hawke in it. The Teslas all go crazy and drive onto the freeway from the hacking. Nah, I'm pretty sure this is an original idea. All right, guys. I mean, Christine, but that was analog, guys. This is digital, okay? We need a Christine 2 with a Tesla taxi that sees Waymos being set on fire by rioters, becomes sentient, and starts attacking rioters. And it should be like all black with black windows, so it's all like scary when it pulls up in the night. There's like some guy and he's like walking across the street and it's like revving its engine. Wait, it doesn't have an engine. It's going,
On the production line in mass, I'd be willing to bet they have less than, I don't know, maybe 20 of these things total. You could have to ask Elon Musk. I haven't been following exactly how many of these things they have.
Mountain bike. Will the self-driving cars crash into each other to stop the competition? God, that would be... Okay, I gotta stop. I gotta stop saying that'd be amazing, because obviously regular people would get hurt. But how fucking hilarious would that be? Just seeing a Tesla just fucking at like a red light as a Waymo's just fucking trying to like cruise through an intersection, and that Tesla's like, not on my block, bitch! And it just fucking floors it and fucking just T-bones the Waymo. And then the Tesla like drives off. Tesla's like, fucking, this is gold Tesla's fucking block. We don't take kindly to your kind around here.
Will this be the final color and design? I personally am not into
I'm on chapter 8 of the first book,
gold.
Benny.
If you
I'm
guys
working on
are,
that
let
one.
me know.
Chapter 8.
To be fair, if you saw it, you say,
Leave
yeah,
the world behind. Thank you,
That's
J-Lo.
definitely a Tesla Robotaxi. But, there's so many concerns about this thing. On top of that, he's always congratulating himself, patting himself on the back. The Elon Musk thing is very similar to the Donald Trump thing. It feels like they're sort of crashing and burning around the same time. Both these guys like to surround themselves with a bunch of yes people.
Yep, that's
and
the
also
problem.
too, it's a constant revolving door. Say the same way that the Trump.
Yeah, that's where people fail. When you're surrounded by people that won't tell you when things are bad, or when you won't listen to people when things are bad, that's when things fail.
Administration is where a lot of people quit on him. Tesla's been like that recently, where Elon Musk has been losing all of his top people, good
Ice
people.
accomplices.
And recently it was like he lost his head of his human.
Yeah, wait until Trump was like, so Elon, I was thinking, maybe the Teslas can round up the immigrants. A Tesla with a big old mask on. Videos of Teslas like jumping curbs and chasing down brown people. Like Teslas, like fucking racist Teslas. Racist Teslas. Trump's like, from now on, Teslas will be able to recognize what color your skin is. The Teslas, they will know the pigments. They will be linked up to the Palantir. The Palantir will tell them when a immigrant is in their vicinity. The Teslas will jump the curb. They will run over, and then a Tesla ambulance will show up. And then they will take them directly to a deportation center. You guys think I'm joking? I can see this shit fucking happening. Like, we gotta all be out there, and you're gonna be yelling at a Tesla as you run from a Tesla. You're gonna be like, I'm white! I'm white! And that Tesla ain't gonna give two shits. That Tesla's gonna see your fake spray tan. That Tesla's gonna run your ass over. Elon Musk is gonna have to release a tweet where he's gonna be like, so it seems like what happened was like the cameras they do sometimes see people that have spray tans on, and sometimes people are unfortunately getting ran over. Dude, it's fucking coming. LB, what's up, LB? You should be here for this because you're gonna need to know about this. You have too much pigment, my friend. Stay away from the Teslers, okay? Stay away from the Teslers. They are going to activate, and they're going to be chasing down people. Not white people, though. Well, what if... Hold on. What if the Tesla can tell if you have a bald JD Vance meme on your phone? That could be a problem. I could get ran over by the Teslers, regardless of my pale white skin, okay?
Humanoid robot stuff. Because this is supposed to be the future for them.
Someday.
And I think the big questions going forward would be, one, let's say your robotaxis work. Let's just pretend they work someday. You're still
yeah,
gonna
I
be
do remember
replacing
that.
A lot of human
was
jobs,
it the
and so
Nintendo
what are
Cube or was it the
humans gonna do?
Xbox?
Isn't that a big social problem? Like, we don't have jobs if you replace all of us. But from Elon's point of view, yeah, let's replace as many workers as we can, right? Awesome. The other issue as well is like, if you're
has any, well, I know people have asked this question, but like, what the fuck are we doing about all the taxi drivers? Like, this is what I'm saying. I don't have any fucking problem with automation, and I don't have any problem with AI. It can do all the fucking jobs. But people have to be taken care of. Like, you're supposed to have all these things set up before people start losing their jobs. Like, there should be UBI and stuff, right? And the problem with the UBI idea with like people like taxi drivers and stuff losing their jobs is that if we give UBI to like taxi drivers that lose their jobs, then, because middle class loves to fucking hate on other middle class people, we're going to be like, wait a minute, the taxi drivers get fucking UBI, but I don't? Wait, why do I have to work 50 hours a week, but that guy gets fucking to sit at home? Like, that's what's going to happen. Like, we're supposed to fucking, like, do all of the things before you start replacing jobs to make sure that people are taken care of. This is fucking nuts, dude.
Guys have ever taken a taxi before? And I feel like a lot of these like Tesla dudes have never taken taxis because they're used to driving their own car.
No, Elon Musk
it's often really useful to have someone come out and help you with your luggage.
Xbox is a cube.
One of the most common uses when we take a taxi, we go to the airport, right? And I can move my luggage okay, but not everyone can, right? Be it for various reasons. If you're a kid.
Yeah, they've already, the CDL drivers, they've already started replacing them in, I can't remember where it's at, but it's the biggest corridor for like freight in the country. And they're doing what Tesla's doing. They have a guy sitting in the passenger seat while the truck drives itself.
If you're older, if you're, have just needs, if it's just too heavy, even if you're like physically okay, but it's just too heavy, need another person's help, that's useful.
Right, mountain bike. I'm happy. I'm actually happy that I'm not really young right now.
Other issues with like having a person, sometimes people just want to like have conversation when you go visit another city. Sometimes people don't, to be fair. Sometimes people would rather just have a robot, but each to their own. But I just think the social problems in place. Then you got the
that's another thing. We're just like getting further and further apart from each other. That's crazy. We're like self-checkouts, automated taxis, social media. We're just becoming more and more insular.
The regulatory issues. There'll be cities out there just like, it's just not happening in our city. We're not going to improve it. We don't like it. During the recent protests, people were actually, not necessarily Tesla, but they were attacking the Waymo, setting them on fire. So imagine if people are already attacking Waymos or putting cones on them to mess up with the Waymo. Imagine what people are going to do to Tesla robotaxis when people already don't like Elon and already don't like Tesla. I mean, this is just
that's a good point. They're rolling them out in Austin, right? Austin's a pretty blue city.
A nightmare. And, basically Elon and Tesla are trying to buy off the government to get his stuff through.
Yep.
But even if you're able to get your stuff through and get on the roads, I mean, then you open up a can of worms of when they start hurting people and just all of the liability and lawsuits pouring in. So that's my thoughts. I just showed you guys some footage of the robotaxi. I want to hear yours, and I'll catch you all in the next video.
Yeah. Like I said, probably the craziest thing for me to think about is what's going to happen the first time that somebody gets in a car accident. Like, I wonder if they're just going to blame it on the human driver. I wonder, that's probably what they'll do, right? To cover it up. They'll just say it was a human driver's fault. That, even if, the robotaxi pulls into oncoming traffic, they'll try to make it like the human driver should have been able to avoid it. That's what I would think. Anyways, that's crazy. That's crazy. Go follow Chris Norland. Chris Norland is dope. Here, let me put his, let me make sure to put his stuff in chat here. Let me make sure, because I like Chris Norland. Chris Norland used to be a big Elon fan. He used to actually be a pretty big Elon fan. This is why I tell you guys, not everybody, just because he used to like Elon Musk, doesn't mean he's a bad person. He used to like him. He used to follow him and, do videos about him that were, I believe, positive. And then now he does these videos, which are dope. So go check him out. Go check out Chris Norland. Super awesome. Let's watch one more video. I got enough time probably for one more video. So let's watch the Adam Mockler, Gavin Newsome video. Let's go back down here. Let's watch the Adam Mockler, Gavin Newsome suing Fox News video, because this is interesting.
All right, breaking news. Governor Gavin Newsom has just filed a $787 million defamation lawsuit against Fox.
And isn't that the same amount of money that they had to pay Smartmatic? $787 million? Like, that sounds specific. Like, that sounds like the same exact amount of money that they lost to Smartmatic.
News, which perfectly echoes the amount that Fox News had to pay Dominion voting machines in 2023 after Fox lied relentlessly about them. So it looks like Jesse Waters may be getting Tucker Carlson, if you know what I mean. In the after.
Oh, shit. Oh, dude, that is amazing. How fucking hilarious would it be to have Tucker Carlson get his shit fucked up for the Dominion case, and then his replacements, budget Tucker Carlson, Jesse Waters, gets his shit fucked up over Gavin Newsom? God, dude, that would be hilarious. God damn it.
Aftermath of the Dominion case, Tucker Carlson got kicked out of Fox News because of all of the lies he told. Now we could be going down the same path. So I want to break down exactly how we got here. And this is the clip on screen right now.
Wait, so in the Dominion case, they tried to use the defense that they're entertainment only. I don't remember. Did they add the part about being entertainment after the defamation lawsuit, or was that there before? Because that's going to make probably a big difference in whether or not this is successful. If they put that in after the defamation lawsuit, then it might in some way be a defense for them to use. Whereas if it was there before and it didn't help out in the Dominion case, then it wouldn't help out in this case either.
This clip on screen right now is why Governor Gavin.
That's right. Smartmatic is still going on. I just saw that Mike Pillow, just lost, I think, like a $2 million settlement to somebody over defamation.
Newsome tweeted out this morning, "No more lies. I'm suing Fox News for $787 million.
I guess I could have just read it. It says it right there.
And then Politico launched an article. Gavin Newsom sues Fox for $787 million. The amount is nearly
LB, exactly what LB said. Let's go. Newsom is starting to earn some respect back after that Kirk and Bannon bullshit. LB, you on the same page as me. I'm like, you got a ways to go, buddy. You got a ways to go. But good job. You're definitely bringing some of it back. Path to redemption, dog.
Identical to Dominion Voting's 2023 defamation settlement with Fox News. And just to break that down, Dominion Voting Machines filed a $1.6 billion defamation lawsuit against Fox.
Yeah, and by the way, defamation is actually incredibly hard to prove, right? In a defamation lawsuit, you have to show that the person that was doing it to you was doing it maliciously. You have to show that they caused you to lose money. There's 4 or 5 different things that you have to prove in a defamation lawsuit. And most defamation lawsuits are never make it to court, right? Like, they're thrown out of court, or generally they settle. But when they usually settle, they settle because it costs too much money to go to court, right? When they settled for the $787 million, that was 100% a admit of guilt.
Because Fox News and every single anchor in a top-down way coordinated to lie about Dominion voting machines by saying they rigged the 2020 presidential election.
And did they settle? No, they didn't settle, right? It was they're found guilty of defamation, right?
Joe Biden's favor. Internal Fox News communications revealed that hosts, executives, everyone at the network knew these claims were false, but aired them anyways to retain viewers and to protect ratings.
Because it's fucking WWE for, well, I was going to say for fucking Trump supporters, but I think WWE is also for Trump supporters. I know some of you guys watch WWE. I'm not lumping you in with them.
And to protect the president at the time, his fragile ego. So now, Gavin Newsom is taking a page right out of Trump's media playbook and suing the media. He also echoes, with this case, he echoes a lot of the lawsuits that Donald Trump has filed against other media sources like ABC, like CNN. So this is a great example of Newsom punching back. The California government...
yeah, that is smart. Because that is, yeah, Trump's overloading the judicial system with his suits. So you have to do the same right back against him. Yeah.
Governor accused Fox News of defamation in a lawsuit on Friday morning, alleging the network should fork over $787 million after host Jesse Waters.
It was settled. Okay. Smartmatic. Yeah, okay.
Claimed Newsome lied about his phone calls with Trump, who ordered the National Guard troops to Los Angeles. Newsome's lawyers argue that Jesse Waters' program misleadingly edited a video of Trump to support the claim. The same reason Trump has sued multiple media sources.
Yeah, that fucking Bernie Sanders. The one clip I saw was Bernie Sanders with Rogan, and Rogan's like, no, they like misleadingly edited Kamala Harris's answer to support for Israel on that ABC, and it was like, dude, she said the same thing just in longer words. Like, the whole like defense that they're using against Kamala Harris in that edited interview is that if you listen to the whole answer, she sounds stupid. And it's like, yeah, maybe to you, because you don't like people using lots of words. You're a three short grunts fucking moron. You want things to be like, lock her up, stop the still. That's like, so if a person uses more than fucking 3 words, everything sounds like some kind of rambling statement to you. That I've read her answer that she gave, and then I read the answer, which was actually shown in the video, and it literally is just the answer with more words. That's all it is. The words that she uses are descriptives, or they are meant to, give some kind of like, idea as to why she thinks the way she does about it. It's not like the 2 answers are different. It's the same fucking answer, just with more like descriptive language. It's fucking stupid.
And let's watch this video to see how it all began. And regularly, YouTube doesn't show a lot of my content to people. A lot of times people have to seek out my content. So if you want to help beat the YouTube algorithm, beat MAGA media, you can hit subscribe below and join the crew. It helps out a lot, and I appreciate all of you. So let's start with this clip right here. Then we can read the actual lawsuit.
Words, yeah.
Democrat governors let violence fester until finally Trump restored order. Trump's not waiting around this time. He says if it wasn't for him, L.A. would be up in smoke.
Called him up to tell him, got to do a better job. He's doing a bad job, causing a lot of death and a lot of potential.
Causing a lot of death. Jesus Christ.
Death. If we didn't send out the National Guard.
Timer, we're going to need a blue house and a blue Senate for that. Thank you for being over there on Twitch, though. Thank you.
And last time we gave him a little additional help. You would have, Los Angeles would be burning right now. The radical left.
Los Angeles would be burning. It's so fucking wild that people, I don't know how many people have actually been to Los Angeles, but I've been to Los Angeles, right? It's a fucking huge city. Huge. It's gigantic. The idea that Los Angeles was burning is insane. When the Palisades were on fire, right? The Palisades are a small part. They're a big enough part. But that was on fire. If you were to say Los Angeles is burning when you're talking about the Palisades, I would be like, it's close enough. That's pretty good. Some fucking Waymos being on fire is not Los Angeles burning. The majority of the protests that were happening down there were peaceful. And I'm not a person that sits here and says that every protest needs to be peaceful. I've never been that person. I believe there is a time where when people push across a certain line that you may get the physical side of me. So I don't have any reason to sit here and say that they weren't lighting shit on fire, because other than the fact that I think that most of the time people light the wrong shit on fire. You stop burning down the fucking, the fucking Lowe's that your fucking uncle works at. That's bad. Stop destroying your own communities. I'm not the person that usually will give much pushback to people breaking shit. I just think they should stop breaking their own shit. So I don't have any fucking reason to sit here and say anything different. It wasn't on fire. It fucking wasn't on fire. Not even by the wildest of fucking imaginations was it on fire.
It's usually radical left, and it's usually governors that are Democrat.
and they don't want to call him in. They don't want to save lives. They don't want to save property. They don't want to call him in. I don't know what it is.
Okay, there are so many lies here. I don't even know where to begin, but let's rapid fire debunk them. When Trump says that he called Newsome and told him he's messing everything up, that never happened. Newsome called Trump a stone cold liar, and Newsome said, you know, the phone call was about everything but LA. Trump wanted to talk about everything but LA because he is a...
And we all know that's what Trump does. Have you guys seen the videos of Juventus, the soccer team? Like, so the soccer team of Juventus had to go... they were contractually obligated to go to the White House and stand behind Donald Trump while Donald Trump talked. If that's like Barack Obama or even George Bush, you know, they're like, the president's going to talk about like soccer, right? And like, wow, these guys are studs. Look at them. They're amazing. Like, boy, you guys, I bet you guys win a lot of games, blah, 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 shit like that. Trump literally started talking about bombing Iran in front of potentially people that are Iranian, right? Like, you have soccer players from around the world on these teams. In fact, there was 2 Americans on it, which is like, they're the best, obviously, my 2 Americans. And one of them in 2017 said a bunch of fucking negative shit about Trump. So that was amazing. But the soccer players are literally looking at him like uncomfortably. Like, they're like, why are we here? And then he stops talking about like Iran. And then he starts talking about transgenders in sports. And he's like, tell me, like, what do you guys think? You think a woman could make it on your team? And like, one of the soccer players is like, there's lots of good women soccer players. Like, he's like, oh, he's got a very diplomatic answer. He doesn't want to be canceled by the woke. Like the dude can never stay on fucking topic. When he says that when Trump called, he wanted to talk about anything but the riots, you can fucking imagine the conversation. It's not that far-fetched. It is actually more likely that Donald Trump called him during the protest and talked about like fucking deporting people or started talking about how he had won the 2020 election than actually talking about the riots. 100%.
Coward. Trump then claims that Newsome never wanted to mobilize forces. No, Newsome mobilized the LAPD and all resources necessary and quelled the problem. Trump also claims it would have... He keeps saying there would have been more deaths in the California wildfires if he didn't send the National Guard in. That is a lie.
Good job.
So Trump is sitting there lying. You're
helping me get monetized.
You see, this is what Jesse Waters says over the next 30 seconds or so that launched the lawsuit against him. Because Jesse Waters is lying right here. He's about to get Tucker Carlson. Make sure you drop a like on this video to boost it so we can make sure Jesse Waters
he's about to get Tucker Carlson.
Newsome responded, and he said there wasn't a phone call. He said Trump never called him. Not even a voicemail, he said. But John Roberts got Trump's call logs, and it shows Trump called him late Friday night, and they talked for 16 minutes. Why would Newsome lie and claim Trump never called him? Why would he do that?
Okay, so Jesse Waters right there is saying that Gavin Newsome is lying. Now, does that meet the standard for defamation? We'll figure out in court. But you can't just hurt somebody's political career, actively demean them, and say that they're lying when they're not, when it was the president that was lying. Because the reality is, that clip of Trump that we just watched, that was on June 10th.
Nah, it's Twitch.
He talked to Newsome the day before, yesterday, which heavily implies they spoke on June 9th, right? Trump also says in this fake fantasy June 9th phone call that he stood up to Newsome. He told Newsome off. Well, again, the phone call didn't exist, and Trump never said that on the phone call.
Gavin could have called up the Guard Friday night and could have stopped the violence and saved millions of dollars.
Oh, shit. What did I just do? That was not what...
Oh. Dollars in...
I'm pushing buttons. Drink! Technical difficulties.
Dollars in damages.
Didn't exist. He spoke on June 10th that he is... That say that they're in court... But you can't just hurt somebody's political career, actively demean them, and say that they're lying when they're not, when it was the president that was lying. Because the reality is, that clip of Trump
it's a person talking. Why do you guys never know that it's actually the person
he said
talking,
on June 10th
but the restream bot
talked to
is
Newsome
pulling
the
it
day
over?
before, yesterday, which heavily implies they spoke on June 9th, right? Trump also says in this fake fantasy June 9th phone call that he stood up to Newsome. He told Newsome off.
Of course
well,
he
again,
did.
The phone call didn't exist, and Trump never said that on the phone call.
Gavin could have called up the Guard Friday night and could have stopped the violence and saved millions of dollars in damages. But we're now on our 5th day of mayhem, and Newsome suing Trump to send the Guard home.
I mean, you want to talk about millions of dollars of waste, fraud, and abuse. What about sending the troops and the Marines? That's millions and millions.
Yeah, and they were never... It's like... So it's got this gigantic fucking crazy thing that's going on. The protesters are destroying the city. And then it just all stopped. I was in Bakersfield during the Rodney King riots, right? It doesn't just stop. It's just like everything's on fire and then everything's not. Don't worry. They're the fucking most aggressively gullible people. They are. They like literally seek out people to take advantage of them. Because there's no way, like Timer was just saying, there's no way that anybody should ever believe the crazy shit this guy says. And yet these people like seek it out. It's fucking insane. They are aggressively gullible. They don't just get taken advantage of. They seek a person to do it to them. They love this shit.
Millions of dollars of wasted resources. But read this very quickly. The Democratic likely presidential hopeful's request for damages is nearly identical to the $787 million sum Fox News paid Dominion voting systems. Kind of a masterclass play from Newsome. Quote, if Fox News wants to lie to the American people on Donald Trump's behalf, it should face consequences, just like it did in the Dominion case, Newsome told Politico in a statement. Until Fox is willing to be truthful, I will keep fighting against their propaganda machine. Public officials must clear an extremely high legal standard to prevail in defamation cases, but the lawsuit's filing marks a pointed escalation.
Oh, so that's even bigger, yeah, because he's a public figure. So I don't know if you know this or not, but like fucking celebrities and stuff like that, there's like a certain amount of harassment up to a certain level that they have to deal with because they are in the public view, right? So like there's this lady who had this weirdo fucking guy sending her all kinds of like messages on Facebook, and she was a public figure. So I think she had like either a restraining order against him or something else, and it went all the way to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court decided, because she was a public figure, she couldn't have whatever it was against him because he's allowed to have access to her because she's a public figure. Now, he wasn't making like death threats, and he wasn't like, saying anything, sending sexually explicit videos or pictures or anything like that. He was just like being weird. He was just like sending her like hello messages like over and over again. What are you doing? Like, why won't you answer my messages? Like, he had gotten a hold of like I think her Facebook profile or something like that. And so he was doing this over and over again. And the Supreme Court said, yeah, like that they could. So I'd imagine kind of like the same bar for a public official as well. A defamation case against a public official or from a public official against somebody is probably pretty hard to prove.
In Newsome's feud with the Republican president and his allies in the media. Newsome is suing in his personal capacity and has agreed to pay any possible fines or penalties from his campaign account, aides said.
LB, I love that you're watching Pisco. I like Pisco.
Any proceeds from the case to Newsome would be disseminated to anti-Trump cases. Amazing.
Perry, can you imagine? Dude, can you imagine what those fucking MAGA people are doing? Holy shit.
Newsome's suit echoes Trump's own lawsuits against major news networks like ABC, which agreed in December to pay $15 million to settle a defamation case over George Stephanopoulos' inaccurate claim.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about, Pinkerbell.
That Trump was found civilly liable for rape. He was actually found civilly liable for sexual abuse. So Trump is suing over the craziest, pettiest, smallest things. And Governor Newsome,
because it's what he's done his entire career,
actually has a solid case here. Trump, in another suit, accused CBS's 60 Minutes last fall of misleadingly editing an interview with former Vice President Kamala Harris. At least 2 executives from the company have since left their posts, and the unresolved CBS suit has become a central drama in the pending sale of a controlling stake in Paramount. Paramount is going through a merger, and they are bending the knee to the...
Yep. They don't want to. Who was it? It was like the 60 Minutes people like went off about the fact that they're bending the knee to Trump because really they want this merger to go through, a merger that Lena Khan and Joe Biden's administration wasn't going to allow, right? And so now they know that Trump will most likely allow it as long as they stay on the good side. It's like the corruption in this government is so like right out in front of everybody. And it's fucking insane. It's insane that a company can legit bend the knee right in front of everybody else to a president of the United States, and everybody's just okay with it. Because it's quid pro quo. Like, it's like insane. Like, if any Democratic president had done this, they would be fucking crucified. If Obama did this, he'd be fucking crucified.
The administration and top executives are now leaving. Here's how it all happened. A copy of Newsome's complaint filed in the Delaware Superior Court, the same state where Fox News is incorporated, claims he last spoke with Trump for approximately 16 minutes by phone on June 7th, one day before the president deployed the National Guard over Newsome's objections to quell the protests. Trump, however, told reporters on June 10th he had spoken with Newsome a day ago, implying the conversation took place the same day 700 Marines were deployed to Los Angeles. Newsome refuted Trump's claims in a post on X only minutes later. So Trump is not only lying about the timeline, but he's lying in a high-stakes manner about the timeline. He's implying that he told Newsome off after the Marines and National Guard were deployed,
Jesus Christ,
when this conversation happened at a completely different point in time. That evening, Waters played an edited clip of Trump's remarks on air before asking, quote, why would Newsome lie and claim Trump never called him? He simultaneously showed a screenshot of the president's call history on June 7th. We just watched that clip. Newsome's lawyers argue the incident meets the legal standard for defamation and potentially harmed the governor's standing with voters in future elections. Additionally, they claimed it violated California's unfair competition law, which outlaws, quote, deceptive and unfair business practices. Absolutely amazing. And I love to see the fight being taken back to the Trump admin, back to Fox News. Are we just supposed to let Trump and his admin endlessly sue ABC, CNN,
well, that's
60 Minutes, Paramount, without anybody ever punching back for the relentless lies told by Fox? Dominion punched back. Now we have to continue to as well. If you want to help, then subscribe below. Join the Adam Mockler feed as we scale it. Love you all. And
don't forget to go sub to Adam Mockler. Yeah, and as I said this before, it's a bully administration, right? So everything they've done so far is all part of the Project 2025 idea. It was, from the very beginning, they said that they were working on executive orders, drafting executive orders long before Trump even won the presidency. They were prepping to do exactly what they have done, and that is within the first 180 days of him being in office, they wanted to have so many executive orders in the system and going that it was going to overwhelm the system. And then on the other side of that, when we're talking about not just like judiciary and we're not just talking about like administrative stuff, the other side of it is that they wanted to overwhelm human beings, us, the citizens. They wanted to overwhelm us with shock and awe. They wanted to do the fire hose thing. They wanted to push so much shit out so quickly that people would give up. You know, it's a lot like, from our point of view, it's a lot like Muhammad Ali. The best thing we can do with Trump and all of this bullshit is to rope-a-dope it, to withstand everything they have, because they're doing it in the hopes that you're going to be tired. But instead, you're going to put up a good defense, push back as much as possible, continue to be vocal and tell people about all the bullshit that's going on, file lawsuits, work hard against them, show up to ICE raids and get in the way, like whatever, you feel is the proper thing to do, right? This is not financial advice. Allegedly. Whatever you feel is the right way to defend against this administration's bullshit, that's what you're going to do. And what they're hoping is that they can just exhaust you and make you tired. And this kind of stuff from Gavin Newsom, and this is why so many of us have wanted to see more from the Democratic Party pushing back and doing things that make sense. Even I think I was disagreeing with Talia the other day about the impeachment proceedings, right? Because I feel like they're too symbolic and there's not enough substance behind it. But Talia has a good point, and that is that they're prepping the impeachment to see how many votes they can get and prepping Hakeem Jeffries. Just because I don't agree with it doesn't mean that it's not a good thing, right? Like, everybody should be taking their lane, getting in that lane, and putting as much pressure on this administration as they possibly can, because it shouldn't be a one-sided fight. It should be allow them to keep fucking swinging as hard as they want, throwing haymakers, and you keep pushing back in a way that makes sense to you, that does not exhaust you, because it is a marathon, it is not a sprint. So when you have people like Newsome pushing back on this, this is really good, because we want them defending themselves too, and we want to be doing it in a way that does not exhaust the people that are here. So good job on Gavin Newsom. He is actually doing something, so that's great. I'm glad to see that. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for being here, as always. Next show will be Wednesday at 5 p.m. We'll be doing our next live stream, and then Thursday back on This Space. So don't forget to go subscribe to thisspace.tv, and you can watch me every Thursday over there, as well as other cool people like Mike from the Humanist Report and Matt the Letter Hack and everybody else, Pastor Ben and the rest of those guys over there. So don't forget to go check that out. Yeah, and that's it. And don't forget.
Yeah, you effing with some wet-ass P-word. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet-ass P-word. Give me everything you got for this wet-ass P-word. P-word. P-word is female genitalia.
Wise words from Ben Shapiro.
Who explains sexual harassment to you and me? Sexual harassment, panda.
All right, guys. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys.